What's up, YOHP family? This your boy EHoo here with D Greasy and T Roy. Hope everybody had a happy holiday. Welcome back. We took 2 weeks off, but we back again, back at it again like we never left.
Yeah. The excitement from Darius.
Let's go.
Well, you gotta
D Greasy, get us rolling.
Hey man, I'm happy to be back with my brothers over here. You know, EHoo and T Roy. I know they had a pretty good holiday. Hope y'all did as well. So, to kick it off for today, we're gonna talk about the NFL. To start with the NFL, man. You know, we gotta talk about the MVP race. So my question to y'all, and I'll try to chime in as well. But my question to y'all is, who's leading the MVP race? Let's start with EHoo.
Man, so just looking at the stats right now, and I know it's not all about stats, it's about popularity.
Yeah.
I think Joe Burrow, he has entered the race strong in these last few weeks. I still like Lamar Jackson. I feel like he is in the media's eyes and in, other players' eyes, like Lamar Jackson is leading right now.
Yeah.
But Joe Burrow has entered the chat. He came to, he's leading in passing yards right now with 490 or 4,918 passing yards. That's 300 more than any other quarterback right now. So I was like, he's got to have a say so in it. But other than that, like I still like Lamar Jackson. He's my number one pick right now. He's doing it all. Like if you look at his passing yards versus his rushing yards, like dual threat QBs, like he's doing it, and they're winning some games. They didn't win as many games as I think they should have won, but right now to me he's number one.
Okay, what you got, Troy?
So it's probably going to be Lamar. To me, it's still Josh Allen because again, it's just like it's not all about stats. But if you look at Lamar's number, Lamar do have superior stats. If Joe Burrow made the playoffs, I think Joe Burrow would have been in the picture. But it's hard to be like give an MVP to a dude that didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And so if you watch some of the games Joe Burrow played, there was like a couple of games that he lost them to his team that game. It wasn't just the defense. So, but it's probably going to go to Lamar. It's just hard for me to give it to Lamar, bro, because even though Lamar is like statistically is deserving, Derrick Henry almost rushed for 2,000 yards rushing, bro. He had 1,921 yards rushing and 16 touchdowns. So, like, let's be for real. Like, it's hard to be like, oh, well, Lamar's stats was immaculate. Yeah, because he has the second best running back in the NFL on his team. So, and like I always say, play action is king. If you can't stop the run, you're gonna fall for play action. And Lamar being a good passer, throwing the football, he's gonna dissect you. So in my eyes, I feel like it's Josh Allen. Even though Cook ran for like, I want to say 1,200. It's just Josh Allen was the Bills were supposed to be, done.
Yeah.
They had no weapons. They trade their 3 all-pro, secondary. There's 2 safeties in the corner. Von Miller was just a washed version of themselves. So the team was just not supposed to be good, but they're the second in AFC. So it's just gonna come down to the voters. Lamar has the stats, but Josh Allen has he has the stories and the narrative. So it's just gonna come down what the voters gonna see. And it's hard to give somebody 3 MVPs with no Super Bowls or Super Bowl appearances. So I think it's Josh Allen, but if Lamar gets it, he gets it. I think they're both deserving. So
yeah, I agree. I just think like you said, the stats they play a part in it, and I feel like Cook had 1,009 yards and Henry had 1,921. So it's like, and then Lamar had 915 himself rushing yards. So it's like that's what I'm saying. Like Josh Allen I feel like he won most of his games through the air like a quarterback should, and he's looked good doing it.
Yeah.
I think that they've won more games than the Ravens have, which is why some people would put Josh Allen over Lamar.
Yeah.
And with less weapons than he had last year, and he's gone further.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where I agree with you, Troy, on that one.
Yeah. It's gonna be tough
Yeah.
though because it's hard to ignore Lamar's numbers. My bad, Darius. What you about to say?
No, no, no. I was just gonna say, yeah, that's probably the top two that y'all mentioned. Basically, Lamar versus Josh Allen. At this point, we know they're not going to ever try to give it to a running back
Yeah.
for a long time,
Saquon could
unfortunately. So,
Saquon could have got it, but he didn't want to go for the record. He had to get the
yeah.
record.
I
You're
mean, but I mean, he would have to get. Honestly, he should if he was going for the record, he would have to have gotten it in week.
In
I mean, the 16th game.
16. Yep.
but
16
So
games. I agree.
if
yeah,
you don't
but the
get,
last week he only needed like don't quote me on this, but it was like under 100 yards. I want to say it was like 97 yards.
Yeah. If he would have played in week 17, he needed 101 yards.
101. Okay.
101 yards
Thank you.
to break the record.
he would have had to rush for about 250
Yeah.
to basically have a case. So
Yeah.
I mean, he still did a hell of a job this year, especially coming from that toxic franchise of the
Yeah.
Giants. He's proven his worth, and he's kind of helping bring the value of the running backs back. So him and Derrick Henry
Yep.
and the Detroit Lions running backs, even though they're
Gibbs.
injured.
I told you,
Um,
bro. They're not
so
gonna miss a step because they got Gibbs, bro. Gibbs, that
he's a monster, man.
bro,
Yeah, he
And, and,
is.
beast,
and
bro.
I was actually going to say, what if like it's going to be this is a hot take.
Hot take.
What if you put like Sam Darnold or Jared Goff in the MVP discussion based on the fact that A, Jared Goff led his team to the number one seed in the NFC,
I think, yeah.
and then with Sam Darnold, nobody expected them to make the playoffs with him under center. So, you know,
I think golf is in it conversation. I think golf probably like third or fourth.
mhm,
But like, it's hard to put Sam Darnold in that after that last performance he just put on the Lions. If he would have came out and cooked the Lions, Sam Darnold would have been like I think he could have been like jumped like from five to like top two, top three in the
mhm.
conversation, but he did it. And then Jared Goff didn't have a good game against the Viking. So I think, because they neither one of them had good games against each other, and that was like a really key game. It's hard
Yeah,
to be like, look at the Lions and be like, Jared Goff is the reason why they win it when
Yep.
Jahmyr Gibbs just had a 4 touchdown game and was carrying. So it's hard to say that Goff is the MVP of that team.
Yep.
that's fair.
I agree.
That is fair. That so consensus for us is basically Lamar's probably gonna be
Most
MVP.
likely. I
Most
thought
likely. Yeah.
Lamar's the
So
media darling. The media
Yep.
loves Lamar. So
I, it's crazy. I don't know if Lamar's actually the media darling. They've always liked Josh Allen as a media darling. He just never
they,
can finish the season well,
bro,
typically.
no.
They like Josh Allen more than Mahomes, even when Mahomes was dominant.
That's the thing though. Like the Lamar's the media darling because at least Josh Allen proved that he can perform in the playoffs and win playoffs games. Lamar still has a losing record in the playoffs, and they still give this man MVPs. So
How many playoff games Josh Allen really won?
let me see. I don't know. I didn't research that off the top of my head, but if I can just
Neither one
Google.
of them could get past Mahomes.
Yeah, but he still have to like get up there. Because he met Mahomes like I know one he met him in the AFC Championship game, and then so it was just like he is 5-5. So
5-5. Yeah,
yeah,
I guess that is better than Lamar for sure.
and Lamar only got one more playoff win than Dak. So and they dragged Dak's name through the fucking mud.
Exactly,
Dak,
bro. Like
and, like,
it's
And like
crazy.
last year, if you want to go by stats, Dak should have had MVP last year, but because Dak's playoff performance, they didn't want to give him MVP. But when it comes
Mhm.
to Lamar, playoffs don't matter. They just ignore playoff performance for Lamar, which is why he's the media darling. He doesn't perform in the playoffs. He has
You,
not yet. So
you think that has something to do with what franchise you play for too, though? Because Baltimore has won one recently compared to the Cowboys. You
it
know what I
could
mean?
be. It could play a part into it. But that's why I call Lamar the media darling because I just think about like stuff. I think about stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I try to see the narrative for everybody in every situation. And I think Lamar's an all-time great player. But it's like if you can't, judge somebody on a curve a certain way and then don't do the same thing for another person. Like at
Yep.
least Josh Allen, he can be argued as the best QB because he win playoff games. Lamar has not been 500 yet. He probably will be this year. I do think their defense is coming along, and they have good offense. So I do think they're gonna win more games, but it's just like what you expect. Like he's the reason why they lost last year. They had a
Yeah.
number one defense, and they held KC like under their average, and he just didn't perform. He just choked it up. So it's just like, but let's because he's so amazing this season, he made people get like amnesia. They just be like, oh my God, y'all see Lamar? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, he does this shit every year, every season, every fucking season. It's the same story. Lamar is amazing this season, but playoffs, you just be like, oh shit, what was we thinking? I don't know. Y'all, it's too much of the flair, too much flash.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a great point. What's crazy though? Had Joe Burrow just string together some good wins, this would have been his MVP to win this season
It would
Yeah,
have been.
he would have been. I
because
think
everybody,
I think Joe proved that he was the second best QB in the NFL.
yeah.
It's hard to say that when Lamar about to get 3 MVPs. So maybe Joe Burrow is top three. It's hard to put Joe Burrow with no MVPs over Lamar. So Lamar must be the second. But
Fair enough. Fair enough. So that's enough for the MVP for now. Y'all let us know what y'all think. Who y'all think is going to be the MVP in the MVP race? We told you what we think. So go ahead and get in them comments. Let us know. And the next topic, moving on to the next topic, going to be the Pro Bowl. So how do y'all feel about current Pro Bowl format versus the former Pro Bowl format? Troy.
uh, a Pro Bowl is just like the All Star game, bro. It's just a pointless game. It's just
Yeah.
not. It's just not fun no more. It's just I understand why they do flag football because you don't want to prevent injuries and everything. And you watch all the old school highlights and you watch like people get popped and shit in the Pro Bowl. I understand. Like it's just it's just like I don't see the point of them of those things anymore. Like you should just get people in the Pro Bowl and just like don't even let them play. Like get some college, maybe get some college kids, have like a college, like the senior game play for the Pro Bowl or something. Give them a chance to like show their talent or something. I don't think any formats is going to fix the Pro Bowl. Just like any no format is going to fix the NBA All Star game. It's going to come down if the players want to play or not. If they want to play, they probably not. In this day and era, they probably don't want to play. So it's just like you're not going to get them to play unless you just give them like $1 million incentives. So
What you got, Ehu?
Um, I currently don't like this field day version of the Pro Bowl. It's just field day, like we used to have back in elementary. Like all your
Mhm.
friends get together and y'all go out and do some stuff. Like it's just kind of I don't like it. I currently like Troy was saying, like wish we could go. I personally wish we could go back to how it was in the old days,
Yeah,
where it was more competitive. Like I loved seeing like MJ and them and Shaq and them like go at each other and like no one's trying to get hurt, which is why I think the Pro Bowl they strayed away from the old format to what it is now because
Mhm.
you don't want to see your players get hurt
yes, you're
and then
invested.
they're out for the next upcoming season.
Yep.
But at the same time, as a fan, I want to see the best cornerback line up across from the best wide receiver with a great quarterback back there and launch that thing. And just I want to see that competitiveness again. And it's not it. I don't care what y'all do, like what they're doing now. Like flag football is not gonna be competitive, bro. Like it's not
Mhm.
gonna be fun to watch. It's just gonna be. If I wanted to watch flag football, like I'd go join a flag football league right now.
Yeah.
Like no one wants
Yeah.
to see that.
No, that's the truth. And it's
I,
good. Dave.
I think when it comes to the Pro Bowl, maybe you can add more money incentive that like I guess how the NBA is trying to do. But it makes more sense for the NFL because you're actually at more risk of getting hurt.
Yeah.
So in order to make them feel like it's worth playing for real in the Pro Bowl, which is an honor because it's on your
Mhm.
resume basically
Yeah.
to get in the Hall of Fame. Hey, we'll play for real if you pay us this amount. So I mean, because it is everybody don't make a Pro Bowl at the end of the day. So they should give a certain amount of
Yeah.
money. And honestly, if you want to make it even better, they should get the more Pro Bowls they make, the more money they get each Pro
Yeah.
Bowl. So that'll be my way of changing that.
Yeah.
Uh,
They
because
do.
we've seen people get hit. We literally saw Sean Taylor damn near knock out the kicker. And he
Yeah.
got up like it was nothing though. So it ain't like these dudes ain't tough already. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
they'll be okay.
Yeah.
Injuries happen. You can fall downstairs tomorrow and get injured. So
You can get some butt and get hurt.
I'm dead.
I'm
so
just saying, you can pull a muscle, get some butt. So hey.
Yo.
I mean that's random, but yes, that is true. But
Yo.
we're gonna keep it
Wildin'.
sports like here.
I'm
Nah,
just
but
saying though, bro.
nah.
Yo.
It's just I don't see the point of it. It's just like give them Pro Bowls, and they
Yeah.
well don't force them to play unless you're gonna pay them more money. Give them
Yeah.
incentives. Like it's the only way they're driven. A lot of players are driven by money. So if you want them to compete, give them more money. And I'm not
Yeah.
talking about like 500K or 200K. Give them some millions. You a $1 billion company. I'm not gonna act like I know the logistics of the NFL. I don't know where all their money goes, but
Mhm.
you know they're
To the
they're
owners.
a $1 billion company for a reason. So get them like throw some meals at them. Throw like 1 or 2 mil just for competing, and you get $500 for losing, $1 million for
Yeah.
winning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Like I said, like no one wants to see this field day play. Like nobody wants to see that, bro. Like, and I even love like the accuracy challenge of the quarterbacks like back in the day and seeing how far like the longest pass can like how far you can throw the football for the QBs, like 40-yard dashes for the running backs. Like dudes, like I would like to see that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Like they're doing on social media, like when Ocho Cinco, T.O., and Tyreek Hill raced. They just did a foot race. Like,
yeah,
I would love to see some stuff like that. Like,
yeah,
flag football ain't it. And I wish that the NBA would go back to the old East versus West because
yeah.
this whole team captain stuff, like, it was just kind of whack to me. Like,
I,
I
I
just
actually
have,
like the team captain thing, man. I can't even front, man, because it shows you like Joker got picked last in the All-Star game, man.
yeah, but you know why they got picked for last for All-Star game. I just had a wild thought off topic. I don't want to cut you off. Like, what if the NBA did their All-Star game at the end of the season? Do you think that would be more competitive
maybe, but I feel like you mean after the finals, like after everything's said and done, or after the regular season?
after the regular season?
After the
Well, it would
regular
probably have
season,
to be after the
nah.
finals. It would probably have to be after
That's
the
what I would.
finals.
If it was after the finals, then I would think it would be a lot better
Yeah, it would
because
probably have to be after the finals because they'll be
Nah,
nothing else to play for.
yeah,
It'll be their last
nah.
time to play basketball.
Yes and no. Technically, for majority of them, yes. But for the people that actually make it, if you make it to the finals, they're not going to want to play.
I'm talking about after the finals, though.
after the finals are done.
I know, but most
You don't
people
think they
that
would
lose,
want to play?
if you lose the finals, you're not going to want to play in that, man.
True. Yeah.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
Maybe. We'll
I see
see.
that. I
But
see
that's
that.
Maybe.
really only one or two people though, to be fair. So
Yeah.
Exactly from that team. That's what I was
yeah,
saying. Like I feel like still like that game would still mean like I wouldn't say it would mean more, but I feel like they would play harder because you don't have to save your body for the finals, or the playoffs or
Yeah.
the end of the season. Because like right now it's like right before the season ends is when All-Star Weekend is, and I just like I
well,
said, I still wish that it was more competitive. That's
It'd be, yeah. But you also have to think about, I didn't think about this when I said it. You have to think about if you do it into the finals, you got to think about the players that's already in like the off-season mode already and not like,
yeah,
they're not like really in competitive basketball mode. So I don't know. It's just
yeah.
hard, bro.
I,
yeah, because
I was just
Joker
about
would
to,
be
I was just about to say
Joker be
because
racing horses.
yeah, because I was about to say when it comes to the NBA All Star, you kind of have to have it closer to the middle, like how they have it, because that's their break.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
typically what happens is teams recharge, they go on this big run. You know how teams
Yeah.
coming out of
That is
nowhere
true.
go on a
Mhm.
big run, so it changes momentums for teams.
Yeah.
Because nowadays, shoot, they get damn near, they pretty much get a whole week off after the All
Yeah.
Star.
That's true.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah,
um,
maybe that's what they thought about. Maybe that's why it's in the middle and not at the end.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
I,
don't know what they could do to make it more competitive.
the players, like y'all said before about the NFL, it's the same thing for the NBA. You gotta have competitive players. I mean, people like to blame LeBron, and LeBron kind of did bring that to the All Star a little bit, but I'm not gonna completely blame him because I literally saw last year Luca and Joker just
Yeah.
screwing around the whole All Star. Didn't
That's
It's
even
not
true.
take it
it's not for
seriously.
real. It's not competitive anymore. Like
Right.
Larry Bird, he in an interview, he was like, it's a disgrace now. Like you
Yeah.
want to see your favorite players going at it with other good players. Like you don't want to see just let's just see who can hit the most half court shots. Like And
Your name's not
I
Steph.
personally liked when Steph
Yes.
and Steph was going back and forth. Who was it? It was Dame or
It was Dame Dollar.
yeah, with Dame. Yeah, they were going back and forth, and they were hitting them though. And I was
Right.
like, that was cool to see. But
Yeah.
other than that,
It's hard, but I think I don't even blame the players. I think I blame the fans. Like I said, I blame ring culture. If we didn't like dictate somebody's legacy based off rings in every aspect of sports, I think they'd be more willing to compete. But because we're ring culture, and if you don't win a ring, everything you've done doesn't mean shit until you win a ring. So. And players hear that, they see that, and players are sensitive. They can be like, "Well, I'm just gonna chill out and just go for that ring."
I I don't that narrative to me. I know people like to say players get forgotten, but we haven't forgotten. There's certain players we were talking about Sidney Moncrief. Like you're gonna forget players like that, unfortunately. But he played like 8 seasons, 9 seasons, right?
Sidney got a ring though.
No, he didn't. He got close to getting a ring,
He got
but
close.
I
So
think he got to the conference finals, and
was
then
he on the team so he
Philly.
was the team before? So he was on the team because I know the Bucks had won one ring in the 80s.
Nah,
I mean,
they beat the Celtics, and then they got beat by the 76ers.
Okay, you might be right. Yeah, I think they went to the finals.
Because the Bucks only
you're right.
won
They went
with
to the finals. You're right.
Kareem and Oscar prior to that. And then the next time they won was with Giannis, honestly. That was the next time.
You're right. Yeah, no, they went to like the finals then, right?
Yeah, I think they went to the conference finals. They got knocked out by 76.
Okay.
They got knocked out by Moses Malone, Dr. J. I think his name is James Toney.
Okay.
yeah, they only won
not
twice.
James Toney. What the hell?
In
They
1971.
had a shooting guard. I'll think of his name later.
They won with Kareem. Yeah, I remember that.
But yeah, man, I just want to say that the All-Star, the NBA All-Star, it is the fans, and like going back to your point about it's the fans' fault because of ring culture. We haven't forgotten Charles Barkley. We ain't forgot John Stockton. We ain't forgot Gary. Well, Gary Payton won one later on, but you know what I mean. Like we haven't forgotten about a lot of ringless players. Karl Malone, So
I mean, in the early 2000s, like Tracy McGrady and Vince, when they were on we remember them doing like dunk contest dunks in the All-Star game. Like that's what I'm talking. Like I want to see that, and
yeah,
it's just we don't get it.
And it's funny you bring up Tracy McGrady and Vince Carter because guess who a lot of these teenagers' goats are these days, bro? Paul freaking George.
Yeah.
Like you don't forget about, you know what I'm saying? So rings don't matter that much. People that make it a big deal like the KDs, well, KD don't care no more, but back then he did, or Joel Embiid, they make it worse than what it actually is, but they're going to be, KD would have been remembered regardless. Like nobody going to forget KD.
He got an MVP, so yeah.
But exactly. D Rose.
But you name people that had like MVPs though. Like Karl Malone has an MVP. Charles Barkley has an MVP.
Karl Malone got two. That's crazy part.
Who? Karl Malone got two. Yeah. I was just saying MVPs in general. So you just like John Stockton has the assist record that'll probably never be broken.
Yeah.
And the steals record that'll probably never be broken, even though kind of find out they like was fixing some of the stats, but
oh man, I don't know. We saw John swiping folks though, man.
Yeah, but bro, I'm just talking about like the assists, like
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Assist is such a gray area that sometimes they be giving people assists that a dude takes like 4 dribbles and step back 3 assists. Like, bro, come on, that's not an assist. He created that for himself at that point.
Yeah, I feel like it's worse now though because like I watched a video about this the other day about how in the 80s they never gave you assists for if that person took 2 dribbles.
Yeah, they did.
Nowadays, if you throw the ball to a person on the wing and they dribble, go by their man and lay it up, that's still an assist for you.
Right?
That's crazy, bro. That's so crazy.
They do, though.
I agree. But John Stockton ain't one of them guys. I'm pretty sure majority of his definitely count because a lot of those we talked about PNR with Karl Malone.
It was.
Yep.
So, I think I did the math. It was like 55% of them was going to Karl Malone. So
dang.
It coincides though that his assist and Carmelone's points. I mean, Carmelone's third in points of all time. So which is crazy. But but yeah, man. So we were talking. We love to hear what y'all think about the Pro Bowl slash the All Star.
Yeah, sorry we
What's
got
our
off topic
opinion on
there.
that? Huh?
Since sorry we got off topic on
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, you're good because hey, we like talking about NBA. We like to compare NFL and NBA a lot, so that's what we do here. So that's what we did in that topic. We just brought up the NBA All-Star to do a comparison with the Pro Bowl. So y'all let us know what y'all think. If y'all think the Pro Bowl should go back to the old game style where they're actually playing, should there be more money, given to the players so there can be more of an incentive to play to make the fans happy? Because without the fans being happy, ultimately they're going to lose money eventually.
Yeah.
So. Y'all let us know what y'all think in the comments. And then last but not least for the NFL today, we're gonna talk about some playoff predictions, man. So um let's start with the NFC.
Wild card.
Yeah, let's start with the NFC. Who gonna win the division? Who gonna win the NFC East? Y'all wanna do divisions or just conference?
Uh, so I prefer we just go through like each like the wild card, divisional round,
Okay,
conference, and then Super Bowl.
we
Cool,
can
cool.
do that. We can do that. So,
That
all
way,
right. So,
that way you can just mention each game, and then we just remember our picks, and then we'll be like, yeah, this is what I think. So I got going to Super Bowl. So
okay. Let's start with the NFC then. We're gonna start with the wild card. So in the NFC, we got Minnesota versus the Rams. EHoo, what's your picks on that?
Um, personally, I like the Vikings team this year.
Yeah,
I like them better than the Rams team.
yeah,
Quarterback wise, Stafford to me will always be a great quarterback. I think that come playoff time, Stafford has shown me that he can ball. Darnold hasn't done anything since he's been in the league because he's been on terrible teams, which that's not his fault. He currently has a great team, and going off of his performance this past week, the last week, week 17, I don't know what they were doing. If they were just kind of taking it easy, or he was just kind of. I didn't like his play. This
he was getting pressured.
well, I like I said, I don't know. I personally I like the Vikings winning this over the Rams, but Stafford to me, he got heart. Like I've seen
Yeah,
Stafford
for
pull
sure.
some stuff out of his ass and win the game. So to me,
Sure,
I'm going to give it to the Vikings, but I'm not counting the Rams out.
for
So
sure.
got you. What you got your way?
This was a hard game for. It's like it was a hard game for me because I do like that Vikings team. I like their defense. I like Jake Jettas. Well, he was the best receiver to me. I think I locked up last week. I had to give it to Chase, but that's
Chase,
neither here
yeah,
nor there.
yeah.
But I have the Rams, but it was hard for me
Hmm.
because the Rams been super inconsistent this year.
Hmm.
But I had to like take a deep dive at it, and after looking, I watch how Sam Darnold plays when he gets under pressure. The Rams have the two best, have not going to say the two best, but the Rams have two interior linemen that both have 8 sacks, and Fisk and Turner. They both have 8 sacks apiece, and getting pressure from the interior line is way different than getting pressure from the outside
Yeah,
because the interior line is going to be in your face. So I do think the Tim Darnold's going to be under pressure, and if he turns into that person you just played with the Lions been under pressure, then it's hard for me
it's a
to
wrap.
see. It's hard for me to see him like to do anything because he was just so inaccurate that last game under
Hmm.
pressure. He missed a
Yep.
lot of like easy throws, and he was like trying to run, and he was just not comfortable. So I think the Rams going to get him uncomfortable, and then it don't help that they still have Cup and Puka Nacua, and Puka Nacua is still a number one receiver, and I like Stafford. So I do think it's going to be a close game, but I'm gonna give the edge to Rams.
Okay. Uh, I'm just gonna go with the Vikings just because they went to Rams. I'm just gonna be an a-hole. So
Yeah, it's
uh,
gonna be a good. I think that was the toughest game to choose out of the whole majority of the wild cards.
got
Yeah,
in the NFC or just all the wild
Just
card.
all of them.
all of
Got
them
you.
really. Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
And to the next game in the NFC, it's going to be a pretty good one. The I almost said the Washington Redskins, the Washington football team. I mean, the
The
Washington
Commodores.
Commanders versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Who you got, Troy?
I have the Commanders. I like the Bucks. I do like Baker Mayfield. I think he had a amazing season. I just don't like the Bucks defense. I think Jaden's dynamic is going to get the defense issues, and I don't think they have anybody to stop Scary Terry. So I think the Commanders gonna come out on top. So
EHoo, what you got?
I'm gonna go with the Bucks actually. Because the the Commodores, they're young. I mean, they might not have anybody to stop, but you saw how if you look at the last half of this season,
Yeah.
they've struggled against teams like all
yeah,
their games. Um,
they did.
Baker, Baker's coming to play. I think he's got the weapons. Like I don't think the Commanders have anything to stop Evans.
Yeah,
Like, what are they like? And Baker and Evans have been on it, like on it. Like, it took. If you look at the last week's game, the Commanders versus the Cowboys, they were struggling against the Cowboys.
yeah,
Cowboys are not a good team this year,
yeah. But Commanders wasn't playing for anything either, though.
but they played like this 3, 4, 5 games ago. Like
Yeah,
they've been struggling against their opponents, and and they're a young team still. So like,
yeah,
Jaden Daniels hadn't done anything, and their coach is Dan Quinn. Look what Dan Quinn did to the Cowboys last year.
yeah.
Got to the playoff, had a whole totally different scheme.
Yeah.
They lost the game.
I
I'm
don't,
giving it to the
Oh,
Bucks
man.
I don't
because
know
of
if I can
Baker and
blame. I don't know if I
Evans.
can blame Dan Quinn for that last year's. The way Dak was playing, Dak was out there literally looking at CD and like, "Hey, I'm throwing the CD. Everybody, pick."
That's CD's fault.
CD did cry and whine about getting more passes. He
Yes.
like feed me the ball. They showed it. He was on the sideline saying, "Give me the ball,"
That's fine,
and I'm like,
but
but
you
what
can't
I'm
just
talking
you can't
about,
look somebody dead in there. You can't look at your receiver dead at the receiver. You gotta go through your emotions
I
and just
understand
be
that.
like, and then do
I
it.
understand what you're saying, but on the opposite side of the ball, Dak don't play defense.
No, he doesn't.
Dan Quinn, even Stephon Gilmore said that Dan Quinn had them playing a totally different scheme than they ever played all season. Why would you switch it up in the playoffs? And we got cooked by Green Bay.
Pick Green
Like
Bay.
absolutely like in the oven too long, burnt. Like
Yeah,
it was
but
crazy.
that Dan Quinn defense last year couldn't stop the run anyway. So
But
Yeah.
we were stopping Green Bay wasn't running the ball. They
They
all
were airing it out.
most of their plays were through the air, and they were
yeah,
just bomb after bomb. Like, what was Dan Quinn doing? All I know is if he didn't learn from his lesson last year, they not making it out of this round.
yeah.
That's
I
all.
agree with that. I agree with that because
I
they
Let's
feel
we
move
more
on.
did.
comfortable with the Bucks if they had Chris Godwin, but since Chris Godwin's gone for the season, it's hard for me, bro. It's tough.
Because
But Mike Evans can take over still though.
yeah, and
Mike,
he has these past 3, 4 games. Mike Evans has been that guy, and
he's been
Washington
solid. Yeah,
Washington showed that they couldn't even stop Mingo. I bet y'all don't
yeah.
even know who Mingo
Jonathan Mingo, I
is.
know Jonathan
Jonathan
Mingo
Mingo, the
is.
GOAT.
Jonathan
But
Mingo
what I'm
fine.
saying is they wasn't stopping him. They wasn't stopping Cook. They wasn't stopping anybody with Trey Lance. Like, come
Yeah,
on, bro. Like,
yeah,
I don't have faith in them. That's all I'm saying.
yeah. It's a division game, but I understand what you're saying for sure. It's a division game, and they probably know Trey Lance will start, and you don't have tape on Trey Lance. So it's like you
They got
just
them first two years in San Fran.
yeah, but you really don't got no tape in Trey Lance. You know how that wild card stuff fits in football.
I got you. Like I said, I'm choosing the Bucks
Yeah,
because they're more established. They've shown
they
who
are
they
more
are.
established.
Washington has shown like they can get lucky, and I can't bank on luck in the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. The
I
Bucks
might have to
defense is
agree with the
trash.
Bucks pick. But I can also see Washington winning. If the Washington defense if Dan Quinn had them playing the defense they need to play, and they can stay close, I do think Jaden Daniels is not scared of the moment. So if the ball
Yeah,
goes, that's the last drive, and Jaden Daniels have it last drive, there's a possibility he can win it for you. So it
yeah,
depends on what happens. It's going to be a defensive battle basically.
Hmm.
So who defense outplays who defense? Yeah,
yeah,
defense
for sure.
outplays who defense. So um, But no, that's so the next game, the last game for the wild card in the NFC is speaking of double, Green Bay and Philly, which that's actually kind of a good game. What do you think, Ehoo?
You already know who I'm going for.
Green Bay, okay.
I want Green Bay. I want Green Bay to win. That don't mean that they gonna win, but I'm gonna choose Green Bay to win because I've
Yeah.
already filled out my whole bracket, and the Eagles ain't on it after this game. So
All right, what you got, Troy?
I it, I'm a little worried. I have the Eagles only because Jalen Hurts hasn't got past concussion protocol and went on Tuesday and he got a concussion 2 weeks ago. So I'm not sure when he's gonna get off. If Jalen Hurts don't play, I can see Green Bay winning. But right now I have the Eagles because the Green Bay is just banged up. The quarterback hurt his elbow, so he's just haven't been the same since he hurt his elbow. He's just gonna struggle. And then they lost I want to say, their third best receiver and Christian Watson for the
oh
season.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I
he did
just
get hurt.
so with the injury, if Jordan Love was healthy, I probably edged the Green Bay, but Jordan Love hurt his elbow on his throwing arm, so he it's hard for me to see Green Bay winning this game.
Toss up.
I got the Eagles.
It's a toss up. I got you.
Yeah,
Is Smith healthy? I didn't look that up, unfortunately. But
I didn't look at Devontae. Said Devontae Smith is healthy or not.
got you. Got you. I'm
I got
sorry, you.
boys,
Me
so.
personally, I'm just gonna pick Philly. I know
It's
that's
all
a
good.
cardinal
They,
sin.
hopefully they show everybody who they really are because they've looked up like 2 years getting to the Super Bowl, and it was just to me it was just pure luck. Like they played terrible during the regular season, got matched up with some some injured teams, and pulled out a win
Yeah,
that they shouldn't have won. And when they got to the Super Bowl, yeah, the game was close, but a lot of people are going to say that they got shafted by the refs. But I'm a Cowboys fan, and we don't get calls, so I ain't trying to hear that.
Well,
So
to be fair, in that Super Bowl, that Jalen Hurts fumble threw off their whole momentum.
yeah, that
exactly,
fumble. Even though Jalen Hurts played really good, that fumble cost him that.
Yep.
yeah,
I ain't gonna say it was the only play that cost him, but it was a key moment
yeah.
because
Yep.
they gave the Chiefs the lead, and
Yep.
then once the Chiefs got the lead, it was hard to put pressure on the Chiefs with the run, and it was all she wrote. But Jalen played good. It's just be real, be real. Everybody that's not the Chiefs get lucky when they make the Super Bowl.
True.
So
True. I mean, honestly, I hate to say this. I know Cowboy fans will be mad, but realistically speaking, the 49ers should have been the Super Bowl like 3 Super Bowls in a row, but they can't stay healthy.
I just don't think the 49ers, like I said, they always draft mediocre quarterbacks. Like if they got a great quarterback, like the last time they were true contenders was when Kaepernick was their quarterback, and they played against the Ravens that year. That was the last time they had a legitimate quarterback that could carry the team, because Kaepernick could hurt you with his arm or his legs. And Purdy's not that guy. I've told people this all the time. Like before Purdy, there was Garoppolo. He's not that guy. Like they have these mediocre quarterbacks that are just not. They're not going to excel their team to that ring. It's not going to happen.
I have a question. Do you think Kaepernick's that much better than Brock Purdy?
I don't
Realistically?
think so, but
I do. Yes, I do.
I don't think.
Going back to watching the film, Kaepernick didn't have the whole. He didn't have Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah,
He didn't have Ayuk and Kittle,
yeah,
but he had the IQ, the throwing accuracy, the legs to make the right play. Purdy, you can tell when Purdy gets flustered, he just starts throwing the ball erratically. Like he's not that guy. Like I said, that's all I can say. He's just not that
I,
guy.
I felt like the thing with Cap back then is if you shut his run down, you actually make it easy to beat
yeah.
49ers.
I think Purdy's better on quicker reads than Cap. I thought Cap was just not good in quick reads, realistically.
I think, like I said, from what I saw, Cap would not take unnecessary sacks. He would take off.
They got to catch
Yeah.
him. I'm about to
Yeah,
say.
exactly. They got to catch him. And that's why I said to me, that's better than staying in the pocket, getting us 3 and out because you don't want to let the ball go or you don't want to take off. Like
Yeah.
to me, that makes a terrible quarterback that can't make the right decision. Like if you can't get out of the pocket and then throw the ball away if you have nothing downfield, you're not a good quarterback. You're not a great quarterback. Great quarterbacks, they can make the plays.
Yeah, see, that's why I disagree. I don't think Cap was a great quarterback. Cap was a good quarterback. I just don't. I thought Cap, because I think Cap depended too much on his legs. And he didn't because he didn't trust his arm. I think Purdy trusts his arm a lot more, and I always going to take the quarterback that trusts his arm more than his legs.
Well, I mean, you could trust your arm all day, but if you're not producing with that arm, what are you doing? You're hurting the team.
But you're a quarterback. Your job is to throw. If you're just going to run the football, be a running back. Your job is to throw.
All I know is Kaepernick could hurt you either way, just like Lamar Jackson right now. Lamar Jackson could hurt you in the air or with his legs. Does Brock Purdy have one? No, he does not. Thank you.
I don't think. I don't
have to be able to throw the football.
And Kaepernick could throw the ball. Like, you're acting like Kaepernick had a inaccurate arm. He actually could throw the ball very well.
Kaepernick
I think he was a great
ball too long.
Yeah, I thought he actually did well on deep throws though.
Yeah, if you give him
Purdy or Kaepernick,
you give Cap time. You give Cap time. He can lunch that mug, but
and that's what I'm saying.
He's not getting the ball out quick. He's holding the ball too long. And when he don't feel like he had time, he's like, I gotta go. That's not gonna win you games.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna use your words that you used for Micah Parsons a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
If something isn't working for you and the defense is, doing something to stop you as a quarterback, don't you think you should do something differently? Right? Those are your words. So if Kaepernick sees that they're sitting back in zone waiting for him to throw the ball and then waiting for their interior defense to come at him, take off. Which to me is better than taking a sack like Purdy did or throwing an interception.
But you don't understand the reason why defenses run zone on quarterbacks that can't make reads is because they can't make reads. So it's just like, of course he's going to take off because defenses know Kaepernick's just going to take off because he don't have good enough quick accuracy to make reads in tight coverages. So we just going to run zone, let him take off, and he's not going to kill us.
Oh, Kaepernick was killing teams with his legs. Yes, he was. Even in the Super Bowl. In the Super Bowl that they played, in the first half, he was running all over them. And the only time the momentum switched was when the lights went out after halftime. And then that's when their momentum kind of stalled out.
So his legs just stopped then, I guess? Because the lights
they were playing. Something happened. Something changed.
They played him to stop the run.
I'm just saying, he was running all over them, and the results was an L. He's a quarterback. You sooner or later you're going to have to make the passes. If you can't make the passes, you're just not a great quarterback to me. You got to make.
All I know, if you put Kaepernick on Purdy's team and put them in the Super Bowl, they would have won.
Still L's. They're not beating the Chiefs. Nah. They still would have took an L.
They would have won. Even in the when did they have Garoppolo and they play? Who did they play? The Chiefs or was
Chiefs.
it the?
Still would have took an L.
Chiefs.
Still would have took an L. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
So now we get to the conversation where you think Kaepernick is a better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying those teams.
You said they would have won.
He had a better chance of winning than Purdy did. Purdy and Garoppolo were never going to win. I knew going into that game they had zero chance. With Kaepernick, they at least had a better chance of winning. That's all I'm saying.
Wait, because that game wasn't all on Purdy. That Super Bowl.
No, I'm not saying it was.
Purdy because McCaffrey had a fumble that was crucial.
What I'm saying is
they had drops too.
If you put Kaepernick in Purdy's shoes, they have a better chance of winning every game.
I understand that because he had two options. If he can make the read throwing wise, yes, and then he also uses legs. I get that.
I disagree with that because again, Kaepernick's arm was just not that great. He had a strong deep. He was good in deep accuracies, but you need time to throw the ball deep. If you're not able to make quick reads in zone, you're just not a good quarterback, bro. I'm sorry. You're just what's a Titans quarterback? That's pretty much what he is with faster legs. Will Levis.
You talking about Levis?
Yes.
No.
That's pretty much Kaepernick is. He was just Will Levis with faster legs.
In 2013, he had 3,197 yards through the air, and you saying he can't? And how many interceptions?
He had an era where quarterbacks
8 interceptions,
4,000 yards.
So, okay, so you're telling me that's not good stats for a quarterback. You're saying he can't throw, but he has over 3,000 yards, and that he did that for 2 years in a row, 2013 and 14. He had 31.97 in 2013 and 33.69 in 2014. You're telling me he can't throw?
Yeah,
That's
I don't think he was a great thrower of the football.
I
No.
think it's the type of throws, EHoo.
Yeah, it's just that
Purdy does get he's a guy that
he's going to get the ball out quick.
Cap's not hitting people off slants, man.
No, he's not.
So
He just make deep
so
throws.
y'all,
Good
yeah.
job.
so y'all,
You can
y'all
throw a
telling me
deep
that
ball.
y'all
Good
telling me
job,
that
Marcus Russell. You keep throwing a deep ball. Good job. Like,
okay.
no, but
That's the quarterback. That's what a quarterback's supposed to do. Throw the ball. Like,
yeah,
no,
that's a good
you're
element
knocking
to
him for
have.
throwing the
That's a
ball
good
like
quarterback's
he's
job is
supposed
to
to.
make quick ass reads and get the ball out, bro. That's why Joe Burrow is so damn good, because Joe Burrow is just not throwing deep balls. He's getting the ball out quick. He's making reads in zones. So it's hard to like dictate how to stop Joe Burrow, because he can beat you going into the zone and he can beat you in man-to-man coverage because he can make tight coverage throws. Kaepernick
It's
wasn't doing
crazy.
none of that.
It's
But I
crazy
think
that you're saying that he's not getting the ball out,
Bro,
and
Kyler
he's
Murray threw for 3,800 yards this year. Is he better than Kaepernick?
well. So
yeah.
when Kyler Murray gets out of the pocket and runs around and scrambles like for 18 yards left and right to get somebody open, and then he has Harrison Jr. Like, of course he's going to throw the ball. That don't mean he's winning games and he's
Bro.
getting to the Super Bowl.
But
So
my thing is, you talking about Kaepernick can pass. His arm technically, statistically, is worse than Kyler Murray's, and you don't even like Kyler.
statistically, that was 1 year. What are you talking about?
Kyler Murray has thrown for more than 3,000 yards multiple years.
Kyler Murray don't even have a bad arm though. What y'all talking about?
I'm not
just
saying.
saying.
I'm not
Yeah,
saying. I
just-
don't like him as a quarterback. I'm just saying, like, to me, Kaepernick is better than Kyler Murray.
How?
Is Kaepernick? We're gonna take somebody from his class. Then is
Okay.
Kaepernick better than Russell Wilson? Back when Russell Wilson was on the team.
Hell no.
No.
There you go.
No.
Hell no.
No. I'm not saying. I'm not saying Kaepernick is the best quarterback in the league.
No, I
I'm
hear
just
you.
saying, comparing Kaepernick to Brock Purdy,
Give me
I will
Purdy.
never pick Brock Purdy
Give me
over
Purdy.
Kaepernick. I'm not taking Purdy.
I can see, but I can see
Purdy
why
has lost them games this year on interception.
Kaepernick had lost them games.
Yeah, he did. He did, but what EHoo was trying to do though, he was trying to put Cap on Brock Purdy's roster.
I know, and the
So,
result.
but
Kaepernick's team was worse than Purdy's team.
But if Christian is running the hell out the ball, maybe
that
Cap
takes
can
the load off of Purdy.
Yeah,
but the thing is, the reason why that 49ers specific team worked was because not only was that Christian was running the ball, Purdy was making nice, quick reads and getting the ball out quick. If what the fuck is the 49ers going to do? You got a quarterback that holds the ball too long. Like, what are you going to do? You just got two running backs at that point. You just got Christian McCaffrey and Kaepernick.
Three. You got Deebo Samuel too.
Yeah, so it's just like that team would not work with Kaepernick. That team works with Purdy because Purdy, they have a lot of quick slap players, and Ayuk and fucking Deebo and Kittle. They're good in quick slants and getting the ball out quick, and you let them go get their yak yards. That's what they're good at. That's not what Kaepernick was good at. He was not good.
So
at
what is the Ravens? Why does the Ravens work? Is what I'm asking. Like, if the Ravens work with Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson,
because
who can run and throw?
Kaepernick.
All right. It's
like Kaepernick is nowhere. Kaepernick not even sniffing Lamar's jockstrap. Like, let's be real, bro.
I'm not saying he is. I'm
going
going off of the idea that you just said that because they have a running back that Kaepernick couldn't run the ball. What you just talked about having
Kaepernick, he
CMC.
can't get the ball out quick. He doesn't make quick reads like Lamar does. Lamar is a good quarterback. Lamar is the best quarterback in the NFL. And fucking
what makes you
is this?
What makes you say that he can't get the ball out quick?
Because he didn't. I watched it, bro. He didn't.
So you're telling me
throwing mechanics, EHoo?
So you're telling me that they made it to the Super Bowl not because of Kaepernick?
No, they made it to the Super Bowl because they had Patrick Willis, who was arguably one of the greatest linebackers ever.
So their defense got them there, is what you're saying?
Wait a minute. Whoa. EHoo, you acting like Cap didn't have a good running back anyway. He had Frank Gore.
I didn't say he didn't have a great running back. So who do you think is better, CMC or Gore?
They're both valuable.
Which one is better? Which
CMC
one is better?
Is better, yes.
Thank you.
No, we're not about to do that. Frank Gore is like top 5 all time in rushing. We're not about to do that.
And CMC ain't even done yet.
Do you
So
think that's longevity?
It could be, but if you good for a long time, you still a good running
That's
back.
true. That
I
is
like
true.
I'm not saying Frank Gore was
CMC is a
trash.
more
I'm just
versatile
saying
weapon, but Frank Gore was still a really fucking good running back.
I'm not saying he wasn't. I'm not saying that he wasn't a good quarterback
Look,
or running back.
look,
I'm looking at
Frank
his
Gore is
stats.
closer to CMC than Kaepernick is to Lamar.
Here we go. Hey, y'all both make great points. Y'all both make great points. Let's move
I'm
on
looking it
to
up
the
right now. Hold on.
let's move on. We're gonna talk about
Yeah,
that
we can move
another
on.
day.
Let's keep moving. Let's move
Yeah,
on.
so
Let's say that for a different podcast.
yeah, we're gonna talk
Got
about
you.
that's a nice topic though. I like that topic. So but hey, we're done with the NFC. That was a nice little conversation
You
about
can
Kaepernick. Don't know how we got that, but
you can just do all NFC, then we just go to the AFC.
Yeah,
Like
I
yeah.
did. That is
divisional.
all NFC.
I'm talking
Oh,
about
we're gonna
like
go to the Super Bowl? That's
do
what
the
I
Oh, you
thought.
want to do?
division, do the
Well, you want
divisional.
to do whole predictions? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we could do
Yeah,
that.
then do the divisional on the NFC, then do
Well,
the conference
because
for the NFC, then do the Super Bowl for NFC, then let's go to the AFC.
dang.
That way we don't forget our picks.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
The problem is I don't know what y'all picks are.
Yeah, I know what my picks are. So you
I
do
wrote
that.
Okay,
mine down.
okay.
Mine are written
All
down.
right, all
Yeah.
right. This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna call one. I'm gonna call y'all, and y'all go through the whole list.
Okay,
All right.
that's fine.
So Troy, we'll start with you going to
Okay.
the divisional round. What you got?
So for the divisional, I had Lions and Commanders and Eagles and Rams.
Okay.
So and for me, I have the Lions being the Commanders, obviously. It's even though the Lions like have a lot of injury, bro, it's hard to not to believe in this team at this point, bro. They just win games.
Yeah.
And good
Yeah.
teams find ways to win. I say that about the Chiefs. I say the same thing about the Lions. Good teams just find ways to win.
Yep.
So hey, and the Lions just find ways to win. And people get pressured by Dan Campbell's style of coaching. They really do. They get super pressured by it. Like when I watched that Vikings game, the Vikings could have took all these field goals, but they were like, nah, I want to go for fourth down. Bro, you don't go for fourth down. Like, why are you like trying to be Dan Campbell? You're not Dan Campbell. Play your style.
Exactly.
And
And they don't make it.
so I think that's going to impact a lot of coaches all the way to the Super Bowl. So and then for the Eagles and Rams, I just don't think the Rams will have enough to keep up with the Eagles. So I'd have the Eagles beating the Rams.
Ehoo, what you got divisional round?
I had Green Bay and the Lions. I think that's going to be a good game because the Lions are hurt, but you can't, like Troy said, you can't knock their heart. You can't knock like the whole team buying into Dan Campbell's like ideology. Like he's the spark plug of that team, and he is like pushing them to play their best brand of football that they've played in decades. Like is the Lions like no one everybody used to watch the Lions when Megatron was on there and got like that used to be you just want to see somebody pass the ball very well. That's why you watch the Lions. You didn't watch them because they were going to win or because they're going to win a Super Bowl. You watch them because you wanted to see some excitement in the passing game. Now they're playing like they're trying to win a Super Bowl, even though, you know, I might not like their team like that. I respect their team because of the heart that they're playing with, and they're not scared. Like no matter who they play, they're not scared, bro. Like
Okay, bro.
they're going out there to play physical football. Like to me, like, I heard somebody say it the other day, like they're playing 90s, 80s football in the current season, and they are like running the ball down your throat. Their passing game, the defense is there to play. Like I can't help but respect their team like that. So I got them beating Green Bay, and uh they're gonna play the Bucks because I got the Bucks beating the Vikings. Bucks beating Washington and the Bucks playing the Vikings.
Hmm.
And I got the Bucks beating the Vikings because I have more faith in Baker and Mike Evans than I do in the Vikings. Because they've shown that if their defense can't stop you, Baker gonna put some touchdowns on your head. Like he's gonna run the scoreboard up. So if your offense can't keep up with our offense, y'all probably gonna lose. And no, I've seen nobody in the past few weeks stop Mike Evans. Like I've seen nobody do it. So I got the Lions and the Bucks. And if the Lions can stay healthy, I think that they win, but I don't know. The Bucks are more complete right now as far as their starters and their starting defense and offense. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't. It's up in the air. Like, that's the close to me. That's the closest game that I have on my list right now. The
So you got,
Bucks and the Lions.
so you have the Lions going to the Super Bowl.
Mm, I don't know, bro. Like, I really don't know who wins that game.
You gotta make a choice.
I know, I do.
They can't play each other in the Super Bowl. So you gotta make a choice.
That would be a cold ass game though. I think I'm gonna go with the Bucks. I'm gonna go with the Bucks beating the
Okay.
Lions.
Well,
Baker in the Super Bowl.
That'd be a fire
That
pick.
is a hot take.
Super hot take, bro. That's a fire pick if the Bucks make it, bro.
You better go to DraftKings with the money on that.
Man.
Hey, no bullshit, bro. Hey, you feel that strongly about it? Hey, no bullshit, bro.
Yeah, I think the Bucks. The Baker ain't scared either. Like, you want to talk about a quarterback that ain't afraid to sling? Like, I think Baker is a more accurate, confident, just as confident as J-Bo. Like, Jameis Winston when he's feeling it, he gonna throw the ball, but he likes to play hero ball, and whenever he feels like the game is on the line, he'll just throw it as much as he wants to, and it gets him in trouble. But I think Baker is that same way, but he's more accurate and makes the right throws. So
So
Bucks in the Super Bowl, maybe.
So Bucks in the Super Bowl. So for me, I had the Lions and Eagles in the NFC Championship game. I think the Lions is going to win that game. I do think that's going to be a good game, but again, bro, Dan Campbell, his coaching style just put pressure on Body, and Sirianni has an ego, and he's going to want to be Dan Campbell, and it's going to cost him that game. I think Sirianni's going to cost him the game against the Lions, realistically. Even though I think the Eagles is the better team, I think the Eagles the better team in the Lions. I just think Sirianni's going to cost the Eagles.
You don't think Sirianni?
You said what?
You don't think Sirianni learned his lesson yet?
Oh, Sirianni has this huge ego, bro. And like we can talk about culture, and I think it balances. I think the Eagles do have a solid culture. It balances out because Jalen Hurts is so calm and collective, while Sirianni is like the fiery coach. But I just think he's going to cost him. He's going to cost him. It's going to be against the Lions.
I don't like his coaching style either.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, oh, like the old boy, like the light skinned people, like my balls are bigger than yours. He don't want to test the balls.
He don't want to test it. He got balls of steel, man.
Yeah. It's gonna cost him, and because you can't. Well, if you to beat the Lions, you can't beat the Lions when you're a good team. You play your style of football, and if you try to play other people's style of football, they're gonna play it better than you. And Sirianni's going to want to play the Lions style of football, and it's going to cost them. So I got the Lions beating the Eagles.
I got you. I agree with that. I didn't think the Eagles were going to make it out of the at all. So I'm with you. I'm with you, Troy.
All right. Well, there go the picks, man. We're going to see what happens. Stay tuned each episode because each week, obviously, each round goes by, and we're going to figure out which one of the homies was right on their brackets. So best luck to y'all on the NFC, on to the AFC. So the teams, Chargers versus Texans, Steelers versus Baltimore, and Denver versus the Bills. Troy.
Okay. Okay, so all right then. So for me, for my wild card, I have the Bills being Denver. I do think that could be a wild card game because again, the Bills don't have a lot of weapons, and Denver has good defense. So we don't know which Josh Allen we're going to get. He's been on fire. He's been off the last 2 weeks. So I'm assuming he's going to come in guns blazing, ready to go. So I got the Bills being the Denver Broncos. Then the next game I have is I have the Chargers beating the Texans. The Texans defense is solid. They're good, but there's something wrong with their offense, bro. There's just something wrong. They can't protect their quarterback. And
DJ Stroud.
He says, I know what his name is, bro.
Oh, my bad. Make sure.
Yeah. They can't protect Stroud. And I think Chargers has a good defense. They're gonna get pressure on Stroud, and right now the Chargers quarterback is not making turnovers. So I have them being the Texans. And then I have the Ravens being the Steelers, which I think actually going to be the toughest game because it's a divisional game. The Ravens historically struggle with the Steelers. Last time the Ravens beat the Steelers, they didn't have GP, so they're gonna have GP this time, even though the Steelers struggling. But I do think Lamar is going to win a couple of playoffs in this game. Their Ravens defense has been playing really good lately. Their biggest problem was their defense. This last couple of weeks, it has not been their problem. They've been getting turnovers and they've been holding people down. So I think the Ravens are going to get past the Steelers.
Great picks. What you got, EHoo?
I'm pretty much agree with everything Troy said. The Bills beating the Broncos. I feel like the Broncos, Bo Nix is too inexperienced.
Yeah.
I think that's probably going to be one of their weaker points. Like playoff play is different than regular season play.
Yeah.
The Bills have already established who they are in the league. The Broncos are not to say that they're just happy to be here. I just feel like no one expected them to be here.
Yeah.
So I think the Bills win that game. Um, the Ravens and Steelers. The Ravens, I feel like they're just gonna. They just played a couple weeks ago, like 2 weeks ago or a week
Yeah.
ago, and they won that game. I think Lamar heard people talking about how he can't beat the Steelers, so
Yeah.
he had to show them.
Yeah. They didn't have GP though, so
Yeah,
which
I
is the
think
best
that
offensive player.
the Ravens still win this game. And then the Texans and Chargers, the Chargers are playing a better brand of football right now as far as consistency. The Texans have been falling off, especially since was it Dale that broke
Yeah.
his leg
Yeah.
or his knee? Yeah,
Yeah.
Tank Dell.
Exactly.
And it's crazy that Tank Dell has had some crazy his career's been crazy. Like he came back from getting shot to breaking. Now his leg is broken. Like it's crazy. They lost Diggs. Now they lost Dell. Like I don't think that
Look, I do think.
Collins can only be their main receiver right now. Um, to go back to my Ravens and Steelers, I forgot to say that the Ravens' biggest problem right now are the wide receivers not catching the ball.
Yeah.
Like wide open, hands on the ball. Like Flowers missed one, Bateman missed one. I think Flowers missed two, and they were just wide open, easy slant passes and hitching hands, fall on the ground. I'm like, what are y'all doing? If they get that worked out, the Ravens are gonna easily win against the Steelers. But to go back to the Texans and Chargers, I chose the Chargers because the Texans are just down too many of their key wide receivers on their offense. And if Stroud can't get the ball out, he's getting sacked a lot as well. Like their O line is kind of
Yeah.
it's kind of iffy right now. But I think the Chargers are playing their consistent brand of football that they've been playing.
All right. So great wild card picks. EHoo, what's your divisional round?
I have the Chiefs beating the Bills,
All right.
and I have
No, the Bills would play the Ravens.
will they?
Yeah. The Chiefs would play the Chiefs play since the Chiefs number one, they play whoever the weaker of the seeds are.
Yeah.
And then the Ravens will play the Ravens and Bills will play together.
Okay, great. I guess I wrote that down wrong.
Yeah. So it would be the Bills versus Ravens and then the Chiefs versus Chargers.
Okay, well, yeah. I did write that wrong. I put the Chargers where the Chiefs should be. All right. So the Bills are going to beat the Chargers.
No, the Ravens.
The
Bills.
Ravens?
So no, you
Bills,
had it right.
Ravens,
You had
Chiefs,
it right.
Chargers.
Yeah.
Bills, Ravens.
Then Chiefs, Chargers for you. Yeah.
Well,
Oh yeah.
Texans
Okay.
or Texans and Chargers.
Nah. You said Bills, Ravens, and Chiefs,
Chiefs,
Chargers.
yes.
Okay. Yeah. All right. The Ravens are beating the Bills
Okay.
because I feel like the Ravens, when they're clicking, and they've been clicking, they're gonna be tough to beat. Not saying Josh Allen, they've been on it. Like they have been playing very. I feel like that right there is going to be the most competitive game so far in the AFC. If it becomes the Bills and the Ravens,
Yeah.
that's going to be the game to watch. Like I don't know if y'all want to. We can live stream, watch the game or something like that.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm down to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got the Ravens making it out of there.
Okay.
And then the Chiefs and the Chargers. The Chiefs are beating the Chargers
There's only one
because
answer to that question, bro.
yeah, yeah. So I got the Chiefs are winning that one. There's no contest there.
The Chargers will shock the world.
All
You know,
right.
I wouldn't be surprised because it's a divisional game technically, and division games anything can happen. But I have the same, same thing as EHoo, except I have the Bills beating the Ravens.
Okay.
It's because they're gonna be at the Bills. I think again, Lamar playoff performance. He's going to give you one bad playoff game, obviously, because he don't. If he was spectacular in the playoffs, he'd probably have a Super Bowl by now, but he doesn't because he's going to give you one bad playoff game. I think it's going to come during the Bills game because they're going to be at the Bills. He's going to be away, and he's going to struggle. It's probably going to be snowing because it's in Buffalo, so he's going to struggle. And I think when it comes to the temperature, weather, it's going to be snowy, probably be windy. The stronger arm is always going to be better in windy situations, and Josh Allen has a stronger arm than Lamar. So
I think if they don't go to the air in the snow, I feel like the Ravens will have a better they'll do better having the ball on the ground with Lamar keeping it
yeah,
or Henry keeping it. I don't know. Well,
Cook
Cooks
is
did
good.
good. He did good against in the snow game when they played I think the 49ers.
Yeah,
And yeah, I think this is gonna be a great game. I really don't know who's gonna win, but I chose the Ravens just because.
yeah. No, for sure. I think it's going to be a good one. It's just again, because I'm just basing off like history. When it's at the Bills, it's usually windy and it's usually snowing. It might
Yeah,
not be, but it's going to be cold as fuck. It's probably going to be windy,
yeah,
and Josh is going to be able to throw the ball in that win a lot more than Lamar would be. So.
gotcha.
All right. So Troy, that means you got Kansas City versus the Bills, right?
Yeah, I don't need to go too far. Chiefs Bills, the results is the same every time they play each other. The Chiefs
Yeah,
lose the Bowl, so I'm not gonna go into detail with that.
All right. Who? So same. It's kind of the same thing. Josh
yeah.
Allen can't
I
beat
had the
him,
Chiefs
and
and the
Lamar.
You got
Ravens.
Chiefs Ravens.
I got Chiefs Ravens, but the Chiefs
That's what
gonna
I'm
win,
saying. It's the
so
same thing.
it
Yeah.
don't matter. It really don't matter. Chiefs
Yeah,
going to the Super Bowl.
Chiefs going Super Bowl. So you got Chiefs Bucks Super Bowl, and I have Chiefs Lions,
I swear to
and
God, if
And
the
the
Buccaneers make
Chiefs.
the Super Bowl,
I got the Chiefs winning it all, bro.
I got the Chiefs winning it all, bro. It don't even matter.
Because no, Andy Reid is not going to play Dan Campbell's game.
Nah.
And they don't have enough. If they think they're gonna play man to man against the Chiefs with Travis Kelce, arguably the best playoff performing tight end
Hmm.
weapon, you could argue he's the best playoff weapon in the history of football because he's only 3 touchdowns from catching Terry Rice. So
Yeah.
hmm,
he has more. I think he's number one in receptions. He's almost number one in yards, but I think he's 2 in yards. So he's almost number one in touchdowns.
that's crazy.
So Travis Kelce might end up becoming the greatest playoff performing player outside of quarterback ever this playoffs. So I just don't
And
think.
it's
Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, it's interesting that um he's doing so well and teams have been picking him up that the Chiefs, Andy Reid, has been using their other tight end. They've been lining up in a two
Gray.
tight end set. Yeah, Gray.
Yeah.
They've been using him more because Mahomie said that he would look for Kelsey and Kelsey be covered, double teamed or whatever. He'd
Yeah.
look over here and Gray would be wide open. So
Yeah.
like, who are they going to stop? Like they got a lot of weapons
Yeah.
and
I'm
they're
about to say,
like,
and the Chiefs, we were getting helped at the right time. We getting Watson back.
yep.
So because we was weak on that other corner side because Watson got hurt, so we got our second cornerback.
Pacheco came back.
Yep. So hey, so we got all our offensive weapons. I think the Chiefs going to win it all, bro.
Yeah, Andy Reid has already shown he's a great quarterback, and he doesn't have to take risks to be a great coach. I meant to say a great coach. He doesn't have to take those risks like Dan Campbell does. Like
And
he ain't
Mahomes,
got to prove. What's
and
up?
Mahomes got snubbed on the Pro Bowl, so you give Mahomes fuel. I don't know
Yeah,
why people keep giving
Oh,
Mahomes fuel.
my
Snub
God.
Mahomes on the Pro Bowl. Hey,
Man, big up to Texas, baby.
yeah.
Hey, I can't stand Troy, bro. Talking
We
about
winning it all,
hours.
bro.
Shut up.
He
Shut
said we
up.
we
We
winning
winning
it
it
all.
all, bro.
Hour, man.
Hey, shout out to the Dallas Texans,
Hey,
baby.
what you mean, bro?
Oh
What you
my
mean, bro? We
God.
winning it
I'm
all, bro.
dead.
Hey
We
man,
winning it
get
all,
that out of
bro.
my face, man.
Matter of fact, Chiefs for the Super Bowl, man.
Oh
I'm
my
dead.
goodness,
Where my prize pick draft kings at?
Chiefs, Chiefs,
man.
Chiefs is gonna make history and three-peating.
Man, if they do that, that's gonna be wild. Like he's gonna be the new Tom Brady, the new GOAT, new
Yeah,
baby
He
GOAT.
already Tom Brady.
yeah. And nah, if he wins, if
He,
he three-peats, he just need one more ring to become the GOAT.
I
Realistically,
mean,
even though Tom Brady got 7, three-peating in football is way harder than
is
three-peating in basketball.
But
100%.
Tom Brady will always had that one ring over Pat's head.
Well,
It,
yeah, he beat him. He never beat
yeah, he
him. You
beat him.
right, but still, if he gets more, if he does get the 7, like it's a
Bro,
wrap.
yeah,
So wait. So does he need 7 rings to be the GOAT?
he needs 5. If he three-peats, he needs 5. If he don't three-peat, then he might need 6 or 7.
Ehoo know why I'm asking this question.
I know why you asking. I know why you asking. But
I just
I don't think he'll be the GOAT. I think that Tom Brady will still be the GOAT.
okay.
If he
And
three-peats, he needs 5. He would need
Need
one more to
five.
be the GOAT in my eyes.
So he needs a three-peat plus one more.
Yeah. If he don't three-peat, then yeah, he's going to have to get to 6 or 7. And then if he gets 6, he better have all the passing records. All right. So
All right. All right. Well,
because
man, that's what we thinking about on these playoff predictions. You heard it here, folks. That's what they think. So we're gonna come back to this predictions weekend every week and scratch off who made it and who didn't. And
it's
like I
going to be an
said,
upset in one of these playoffs.
oh
Somebody's
yeah,
going to
for
get it
sure.
for
I
sure.
think so.
Look, Ehoo already gave whoever the Bucks are playing bad luck, so it's gonna somehow be the Bucks. And
Bucks is not an upset technically because they the 3 seed.
Yeah, I think they like I said, they're better than everybody give them credit for. Like if you really watch their games, watch Baker and Evans connect, it's like it's like Brady to Moss. Like not saying that they as good as them. I'm just saying like they own it. Like Evans got hands, he can catch. You rarely see him drop a ball. He's just he's like another Hopkins. Like Hopkins got hands,
yeah,
and
Yeah.
it's cool to
I,
see. But yeah,
I'm gonna say this. If I had to pick a team that's gonna crush everybody's dream from the NFC and the AFC, I'm going to pick Washington in the NFC,
bro,
Okay. The upset.
don't
and
Okay.
don't do it.
I'm going to definitely pick. I'm still going with the Texans, man.
You're going
Everybody's
to the
down.
Texans. You're going to take,
I'm going with the
bro, the
Texans,
Texans, if
man.
they beat the Chargers, which technically they higher seeded than the Chargers, they're playing the Chiefs, and we already seen what happened.
Bro,
Bro,
it's not looking good for
they
them.
gonna get smoked, bro.
Hey, I need all of our followers, everybody in the comments, leave your team in the comments. What team is your favorite team? What team do you support? And yeah, let us know so we can know, you
Yeah.
know,
And who
who
you
we
got
need
win the
to
Super Bowl for
make fun
the
of or
Bears?
not.
For the Super Bowl, I'm going to have the Eagles versus the Patrick Mahomes.
Chiefs.
Yeah, the
And who you
Chiefs.
got winning?
Man.
Go
I
ahead and
got
say it,
I
bro.
got the Chiefs. I got the
Yeah,
Chiefs,
okay,
man.
yeah, all
Go
right.
ahead and say
Because
it, bro.
they've already
I
proven they can't beat the Chiefs in the Super
hey,
Bowl. So
we win it up. We 3-peat. I send both of
You,
y'all
you
one.
you need to add some black and white stripes to that hat, man.
hey, make sure you send mine. Make it the all white one. The all
The
white
all
one
white
with
one. I got you, bro.
yeah,
Yeah,
What,
yeah,
what
I
color
like
you
that
so
want,
one.
you need to
Bears?
make the all black and white, the stripes. That's what you need to do. That way we can remember who really the winners for the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying?
The
Nah, but hey, well, that's all for NFL. So we appreciate you. You know, if you made it to this point, staying with us, talking NFL. We're about to move on to the NBA, and y'all know what we got to talk about when we talk about the NBA. First subject always going to be the Mavericks on this channel, baby.
let's
Always.
So
go.
we didn't get to talk about our Mavericks because we took a 2 week hiatus. So a lot of things have happened, has transpired since then. We lost a couple of players to suspensions, and then we also have players that are out on injury. So what I want to talk with y'all about is are the Mavs still good enough to make the playoffs, make a good playoff push, even with all the things that have transpired so far? So I'm gonna start with EHoo on this.
My opinion is yes. I'm looking at it right now. Right now we're in sixth place in the West. Um, Current record is tied with the Clippers. The Clippers have their own issues going on outside of injuries. So we're one game out of the play-in. If we can just keep going, keep the momentum going. Like I know our bigs can hoop. I know we have some people on our bench that can hoop. Like Troy's favorite player, Dinwiddie, he likes to come out and likes
Hey,
to come out
we need him now.
exactly. He likes to come out and hoop and show that he still got some in the tank. I love Grimes. Like we have some hoopers on our bench that are ready to come in and pick up that slack. And Omax and we got Prosper and who's our other we got
Jaden Hardy.
Washington. Washington is back. So
Yeah, we got Jaden Hardy.
Hardy can hoop. Like I feel like we still have all of our pieces. This is going to give them some good experience for when we call on them in the playoffs or in the when we need them in the finals to come hit a big shot. So I think we still have some good core pieces there. Without Luca and Kyrie, you said 2 weeks. I think it's 2 weeks that he'll be out.
Suppose it's 1 or 2 weeks. It just
1 or 2 weeks.
his back disc is swollen.
Yeah, I think that he when he comes back, we'll still be in a good position to still make the playoffs as far as record wise. And then Luca, you said a month,
Yeah,
Maybe 2 months.
a month to two. Yeah,
Yeah.
Luca can use some rest. I mean, he like Luca. I feel like he doesn't have to be in any type of shape to come back and just hoop because he been doing it since he was 13. So I just feel like he's that guy.
Yeah. Just
What'd you
it's
get,
just
Troy?
hard, bro. It sucks, bro. I think we're gonna. I think by the time Kyrie get back, if he get if it is what they say it is, if they say it was 2 weeks, we might be under San Antonio by the time that happens, bro. Because San Antonio is 18-18, we 20-16. We're gonna lose games because still a superstar driven league, and both our superstars are hurt. So like, and then I think the next couple of games that we have the Lakers, which we're probably going to lose. We
We're
have
playing them right
Portland.
now.
Yeah, we have Lakers tonight. We have Portland. Then we have Denver twice, and Denver's going to beat us. I think we could beat Portland. Then New
Portland plays
Orleans
us
might beat
hard.
us. Then we
Yeah, we
have
played the
OKC.
Pelicans.
So
We might lose that game for
so we
sure.
have a lot of like tough teams coming up in this like next month because we got Boston in there, we got OKC twice, we got Minnesota, even though Minnesota is like struggling, but they still have this more superstar talent. So it sucks, bro, because I really thought we could have kept we was hot, we was getting really hot as a team
Hmm.
in the month of December, and we was gonna start looking like probably the second best team in the Western Conference, but now we're gonna be by the time Luka gets back. It's going to be maybe All-Star break after All-Star break, and we're going to have to be fighting our way back up. We're going to have to get our chemistry and, pull up a streak and try to, like, get out that play-in situation because we're in the West, and the West is always tough.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely agree with that.
I think I do think the one thing that does help us if we did so happen to get in the play in, especially the 7 to 8 seed, I think we have a great chance of winning that game. Nobody's going to want to play basically a healthy Mavericks team as a 7 or 8 seed. So I think it don't really matter what seed the Mavericks get. They're not worried about playing away or at home.
Yeah,
Yeah, I do think it is the timing of it is pretty bad though.
it is.
And like you said, there's a lot of hot teams coming up like San Antonio, but there's also teams falling down like Sacramento. They're kind of winning too now, but they're still in between. Um, teams like that. Minnesota, like you said, they're supposed to be a good team, a powerhouse team, and they're struggling. So we have a chance of still staying afloat. It's just the real question now is can Jason Kidd win you games? Like can what how can Jason Kidd coach this
Yeah.
team to win games?
Yeah.
Now it's on J Kidd for real. It's not
Hmm.
you
I
can
know
no
the
longer
last game
mimic
it didn't
him.
work out. I don't know why he started keep Maxi. I don't know what in his
I
mind was like, we're going to
I
start Maxi this
I
game. Oh,
I
bro.
I think that was a call from Nico Harrison personally, only because I still think somebody's getting traded. I think Hardy and Maxi might get packaged, Hardy and Omax, Maxi and a pick or something like that, right? So,
Yeah,
um, they're
I agree.
definitely gonna play Maxi, and they're going to. You notice they play Hardy now. They have no choice, but they play him a lot. Then they gave Omax minutes, so
Mhm.
one of
I
those
agree.
three are gone. Going to probably be in a package. And it just shows you that J Kidd, man, the problem with his structure offensively is like we always thought he relied too heavily on his superstars instead of having a complete offensive structure. But to be fair, they really ain't been getting their ass whooped that badly.
No, they haven't.
No. But it'd be nice if they had a better structure offensively. That way they know they can go into a game without Luka and Kyrie and possibly win. Like we can look at certain games and be like, yeah, we're gonna win this game. But right now we're worried because of that. So
Yeah,
that's my opinion on that.
I would like to see Lively take that next step while Luka and Kyrie's hurt.
Yeah.
Like to demand and be like, this is my team now. Like
See,
I would like for him to take that next step and be like, hey, bro, this is my time now. I'm the third best player, even though we have Clay. I'm the third best player. Kyrie and Luka's hurt. They're down. We're gonna need some offense to carry. I'm gonna be that guy for us.
but that's hard because they should have did this from the training camp.
Yep.
They should have developed him as a guy that can basically like a Miles Turner,
Yeah. I just wish he'd be
that can
more
shoot.
aggressive. So he just needs to be more aggressive. He needs he's getting put in opportunities to be aggressor. He's just
Mhm.
not aggressive. Just be aggressive, bro. Like this is your time. If you want to be more than just, a rebounding, shot blocking, alley oop and big, this is that moment right here and now to show that, I can be more aggressive. I'm gonna pull up more shots. We're not gonna be so guard oriented since both our superstar guards are down. I'm gonna take this in, take my time, and I'm gonna put up 12 to 15 shots and see and try to become show the coach and everybody that I can also be an offensive threat to this team.
Yeah. I agree. I wish he would. Because he has the skill set to be great. And I wish we would use him more. Like use him, stretch the big, get the like clear the paint out. And I feel like it would be if he could take a page out of like let's just say Anthony Davis, how Anthony Davis can pull up and shoot the midi, and they allow him to shoot threes every once in a while, like right, like utilizing his skill set. Like there's not a lot of big men that are his height that can hold him out there. So
I agree with that. And on top of that, you need a Lively for the Wimbies. If Lively's just camping in the paint all day, you're letting Wimby be right in his comfort. He's right at home on defense,
exactly.
basically. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like you need somebody, whether it's Lively or Gap. They both shown that they have a little bit of touch on their jumpers. So just take one of the two, tell them, hey, go ahead and get the jumper down now, which you should have did in train. You should have did it during the summer. Told them that during the summer and then training camp, because that could have been something where okay, Luca and Kyrie's out, we can still run the offense through Lively. But now, this is what happens. So, but go ahead. I'll say Lively because he's the younger of the two.
Gaff is
Um,
hurt actually too.
hmm?
Gaff is hurt tonight too. Yeah, the
Oh
ankle.
really?
Oh wow.
Dang. Well, all I know is right now Hardy is hooping. He just hit three threes in a row right this second. Like,
He's trying to get out. He's trying to go to it. He's
We
trying to
winning it.
showcase his
We winning
talent
right
and go
now.
to a team that's
yeah,
going to
we
play
are
him some
winning.
minutes.
We have
So
15 on the Lakers right now. But yeah.
Grimes just hit a big shot too.
But
Yeah.
nah, man, we'll see what happened with the Mavs. J Kid, man, you gotta do what you gotta do. So, um, but oh yeah, by the way, before we get off the Mavs topic, what did y'all think about that suspension? Was it BS or was it fair between the amount of games PJ had gotten, Najee, and Nurkic?
Thought Nurkic should have got more.
Because
He was,
to me, he initiated. That's
he
why I
was
think,
I was just about to say he was the initiator of the whole entire thing. He should have got he
yeah,
should have got the most suspension.
he
I
only got
think
three
I think
games.
yeah, I think Marshall deserved because Marshall swung.
Yeah.
He should have got the 4 game. That's fine. And PJ didn't really swing, but I feel like the instigator of the situation should get the longest because you're
Yes.
instigating the situation. So
Yep.
it wouldn't be no punches thrown if you didn't instigate the situation. So
Exactly.
he should have got the
Yep.
longer suspension.
Yep.
I agree
I
with
agree
that.
100%. Like he walked back over it. Like he should have just kept moving. Like
Yeah,
people say stuff to you all the time, but he came back and initiated it, and he only got 3 games where Marshall got 4
yeah,
and Washington got 1. Like I don't think that I think Nurk should have got at least 5 or as many as Marshall did,
yeah,
not less.
yeah,
But I don't know.
And
I
that
don't think those.
that right there does show you that the person that retaliates is the one that's going to get punished more heavily, which is
yeah,
crazy to think
Yeah.
about because
yeah,
like all right now people going to be like, well, shit, I can just initiate
yeah,
this and I'm gonna get less of the punishment. So
yeah,
that really hurt our momentum because we know how important Najee is for us
Yep.
and PJ. So they
and
took
people,
two
yep,
of our important players and basically just said, "Hey, y'all figure it out." And then
yeah,
now Kyrie's down, even though they're back now, but not Kyrie being down. It's just it kind of it put us in a bad spot. So,
it did.
um,
And
but
it's like
Yep.
what you expect somebody to do. Like that's
Exactly.
we always coach from the history of basketball that your team is your family technically because you spend more time with your basketball team than you do with your own family.
right,
Hmm.
So like what you if somebody come up to your family and they instigate the situation, you're gonna retaliate.
Yeah.
right,
So it makes zero sense to punish the retaliator more than the instigator.
Yeah.
right, and
Yeah, man,
and,
that's
and
just what coach used to tell us all the time. Like the refs don't ever see the first guy; they always
right,
catch the second guy. So
Yeah,
right. And one last thing on that, I'm going to say is I really hope we do make the playoffs because I do like the genetic makeup of the team, like the Najee Marshalls and the PJ Washingtons. We have
yeah.
some toughness to the team,
yep.
so that'll be very great to take to the playoffs. But let's go move on from the Mavericks, and the next topic we're going to talk about is SacTown, man. So what's going on in SacTown with D Fox and Mike Brown getting fired, man? It's going crazy over there. What you got on that take, EHoo?
I feel like it's a lot of frustration. I from what I don't all we have are rumors right now with some some words were said and some disrespect was received, and then there was a trade talks. I think that it's first and foremost, I feel like if there's any problems in the locker room, it should be handled in house. Like
Yeah.
it should never get to the media. It should never be outside the locker room. Um, I feel like if Fox is going to get traded, there are some teams that would benefit greatly from him. A lot, like almost every team could use a Fox on their team right now.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know I don't know his contract. I couldn't find anything on his contract right now or how many more years he has on his contract. Like I tried to look it up, but it just wasn't clear. Um, so I don't know how much cap hit he's gonna take if he gets traded. Um, but I really feel like I really feel like he should be that he's your star player. He's one of your star players. I think he's the biggest star you have on that team, and I think it should have been handled differently. That's really all I can say based off of I don't really know the facts of it, but all I can go
Yeah.
off is the rumors.
So Fox has 1 more year on his contract, and
Hmm.
he's an unrestricted free agent, and it would be a
Okay.
23 million dollar cap hit.
Okay.
But
Yeah. So.
but it also really depends on because basketball, basketball cap hit is a little bit different than NFL.
Mhm.
So like you can't trade NFL. You don't really get hit with a cap. Basketball, you don't really get hit. Sorry, NBA, you don't really get hit with a cap hit like that. You just can't trade. You got to have a cap room for the player, pretty much.
Exactly. Yeah.
Uh so I'm gonna go into the situation. Um, I think they should have traded Fox instead of getting rid of Mike Brown. Um, it's clear as day. You can tell De'Aaron Fox does not want to go back to Sacramento. I guarantee you, he is going to be gone if he becomes an unrestricted free agent. So, which he will be now, unless they trade him. So,
Yeah,
um, Fox has had the opportunity to show if he's that guy or not, and he simply has not shown that. I think personally, Mike Brown was trying to bring out the best of him, even by I think he just took a desperate approach at the last time at
yeah,
the last minute approach, not last minute, but a last approach to try to get into D Fox's psyche to hype him up and tell him like you are that guy. You got to start playing like it and holding him accountable because Mike Brown understands if he can hold his top player accountable and his top player actually end up performing up to the standard he's supposed to, then Sacramento is going to be what they believe they're supposed to be. But D Fox, one-time All-Star, one-time All NBA. Outside of that, one playoffs, didn't get past the first round. He has nothing else outside of that 1 year basically. And
Yeah.
so D Fox to me has shown me, and I like D Fox, but he has shown me that he's not a franchise player.
Yeah.
So I believe they should have just said, you know what, D Fox, we just got to get rid of him. We just got to clean house, because this guy won Coach of the Year. He brought Sacramento back into the forefront. Sacramento wasn't doing nothing for almost,
Yeah.
bro. You want to know they haven't made the playoffs? As funny as it sounds, they haven't made the playoffs since Ron Artest and Kevin Martin was playing.
Mm.
Kevin Martin was damn near a rookie, I think. I think he was a
Yeah.
rookie.
Dang.
So that shows you how long ago that Sacramento's been waiting to make the playoffs. And so
Yeah.
for you to
That's
take,
crazy.
to take the person that brought that culture to the team and get rid of him like that, I didn't agree with it. But another thing is their GM is not very good because why would you bring DeMar DeRozan to a
Yeah.
team like Sacramento that's a
I don't know.
fast-paced team?
Yeah, that
You
I didn't.
know,
They needed more shooters. They worked last year. We could have had so many shooters
yeah,
outside. So Sabonis could occupy the paint a lot more, and Fox can get to this mid range. But then now
exactly.
you have two mid range specialists, and DeMar and D Fox, and then you got Sabonis who doesn't like to take many threes. He likes to be in the paint. That was just terribly constructed.
I thought so. I mean, because if the GM would have all they had to do was look at Chicago. Zach LaVine before DeMar got there was very productive for the most part, as far as like his scoring efficiency and his rate and all that stuff. All of a sudden, DeMar gets there, he's not getting the touches he wants and all that. And the only thing that can balance that out is having a good point guard. Chicago got lucky the first half because they had a healthy Lonzo, and once
Mhm.
Lonzo went down, it wasn't the same. So DeMar DeRozan just don't fit
No.
another
Yeah,
perimeter scorer. He has to have the ball. The ball basically stops in his hands. So I didn't like that. They should get rid of DeMar this year, honestly, if they can. They should clean house, honestly.
Yeah.
But
that's crazy. Yeah, they haven't been to the
Yeah.
playoffs since 05, 06
yeah,
season.
yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Ah,
That's what
I
I'm
with
thought
saying.
they,
The Mike Bibby team.
Yeah,
Ah,
yep. Mike Bibby, Ron Artest,
Martin, Peja
Kevin Martin. Yep.
Stojakovic. Like,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
So, Sacramento fans are some diehard fans.
yeah.
So,
They gotta be because I mean you're in the state with the Lakers and the Clippers,
And Golden
like
State.
and Golden State. Like you got
right.
all these other teams with this success, and y'all's team is just not doing anything. Like that's kind of crazy.
So,
Their front office is trash, and they need to start over with a franchise. They need to get a new franchise player, in my opinion. So
yeah.
that's just my take on it. But did y'all have anything else on that situation?
My
Nope.
take on it's what you call it. Mike Brown should have if they're gonna fire Mike Brown, then they should just clean house realistically.
Yeah,
So Mike Brown is I took him like you say, took him to the playoffs, and he just worked with what he has. And we're in an era now because so many people are taking so many defense 3-and-3 players are very very valuable now because it's getting stops and rebounding. It becomes a lot more, importance now because everybody just shooting threes. There's a lot of spacing. It's a lot more ISOs. So you need defenders. Who is their defender? Like who on the Kings? You can be like, hey, go stop Tatum, Davion Mitchell. Davion
Yeah,
Mitchell is 6 foot.
he's not even there
exactly.
anymore. He's on Toronto.
Oh, he got traded to
Is he?
Toronto. Okay.
Mhm.
But okay, see, I didn't know. So that's even worse. Then they don't have that was their best defender.
That's true.
So it's just
Dang.
like I don't know what they expect. Like you can't, it's only so long you can go outscoring people. You got to get stops.
Yeah,
You have to get stops. You have a good rebound as a bonus, but you have to get stops. And they don't get no stops. So if
yeah,
they was gonna fire Mike Brown, they need to clean house. Darren Fox has a good tradable contract because he's a all-star caliber player and he's making 34 million a year, which is kind of not that expensive considering how big everybody else's contracts are for all-star
exactly.
caliber players. So I would move D Fox, get some picks, move some bonus, get some picks, and just build around Keegan Murray. Keegan Murray, See what Keegan Murray can be. See, Keegan Murray can be a good offensive player for us in the future. He might not be your your franchise player, as you said, but he can still be like see a Keegan Murray can be a number 2 or a number 3 to another franchise player, and just tank the rest of the season. I didn't like the DeMar pickup. It made zero sense. I don't. You're in a 3-point shooting era, and you want to have two of the best mid range shooters in the NBA. Top 3 because KD is obviously in there, but
Yeah.
you have 2 really good mid range shooters, and you want to have a big that likes to play predominantly in the paint. It just doesn't make sense to me in this era of basketball. So yeah, it worked last year because they had so much space, and Malik Monk was shooting good, Kevin Huerter was shooting good, and they just had a whole bunch of space, and they could play space and pace. Well, you can't pace with no space. So, and De'Aaron Fox is a pacing player. So.
Yeah.
I just think they should just blow it up at this point. If they're going to get rid of Mike Brown, who is a good coach in the NBA, and he's going to go somewhere else and be successful, and just blow it up and get rid of that GM, the general manager. The moment he got DeMar, and they thought that was a good move. If you was going to get anybody between the two, you should have got Jimmy Butler, because they damn near the same player. But Jimmy Butler will at least play defense. DeMar don't even play defense no more. So
you know who I think they should have actually gotten? They should have got Mikal Bridges.
Mikal Bridges, yeah. Getting Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges was perfect. But it's just like I didn't understand. That wasn't a championship level move. That was just like if you look at that move and you like on the outside looking in, there's no way he was like, oh yeah, that's a great move. That's not a great move. DeMar is a good player, but he's an aging player. He don't play no more defense. And yeah, he can still get buckets, but again, it's like he needs to be on the team. He's another player that needs to be on the team with a whole bunch of spacing. He needs to be the only guy taking mid-rangers. He can't be on the team where you have one mid-range shooter and one predominant paint offensive player. He needs to be the only mid-range shooter and be surround shooters. And nobody's going to build around DeMar no more. So it's just like you gotta move on. You just gotta trade everything. Let it all go out.
I agree. EHoo, anything else on that one?
No, I think there's a lot of teams that could use Fox and a Sabonis, really. Like I would love to have Sabonis and give them Kleber and a pick and Hardy or somebody like he's a great player. Like I like him as one of the big
ones if he be willing to shoot more threes. If he's not willing to space for us and continue to play the way he plays, it's just hard for me to see how he can benefit us. If he be willing,
I think he would be a better fit than, or not a better fit, but Kleber, he gets in his own way sometimes. Like he doesn't want to shoot the open three. So why be on the floor if you're not going to shoot? If you have open shots, like that's why. Like Sabonis, I've seen Sabonis shoot. I've seen him shoot a mid range. Like he's not the most efficient shooter, but I mean he's like a Lopez, like a big man that will technically, like every once in a while, shoot a three. Like
yeah, he can shoot. Don't get wrong, he can shoot it. I agree with you. He can shoot it. Is he going to shoot more of them? That's the question. It's not about his touch. I respect the bonus touch. It's just we will need, if he comes to us, he's going to have to become a stretch big.
Yeah.
He can't fill up that paint like he wants to.
Yeah.
Nope, he cannot. I don't feel like Sabonis. Me personally, I don't feel like he fits us though. Unless you're trying to. The only thing I can see him fixing is the rebounding flaw.
Yeah. We'll for sure be the best rebounding team in the NBA if we got Sabonis by far.
I mean, I feel like he would fill that slot, like not like Kleber, but the Dwight Powell slot. Like I would take Sabonis over Dwight, especially if we're taking Gaff out and putting Sabonis in Gaff spot or Lively spot. Like
Sabonis got to start.
Yeah, Sabonis has to start, and J Kidd. You get J Kidd, his hands on Sabonis, he's taking Lively or Gas spot. That mean Lively start right now. Lively's coming off the bench. You know how J Kidd is, bro.
I know.
He likes to play that small ball, and he's gonna be like, oh, I got this all-star caliber center right here because Sabonis is technically considered a center.
He's technically a center.
Lively, you coming off the bench, bro. But then we have Lively and Gaff playing for minutes, and it's gonna be a fuck fest.
I understand. Like I'm just saying, like there's a bunch of teams that would benefit from having a Sabonis. I'm not saying we're the best fit. I'm just saying, like
I agree with you.
I would love to have I would love to have. I know any team would love to have a Sabonis on their team, like somebody who can get the rebounds, who can score efficiently, who's smart. Like I think he's one of the smarter big men, as far as passing and rebounding and stuff like that. But
he's up there with Joker for sure.
yeah.
All right. Well, that's all for the SacTown talk about that drama out there.
Real
And we're
quick,
gonna talk.
before you change, you know who will be nice for us? Malik Monk.
Yeah,
I'm gonna buy Malik Monk
Yeah, since we didn't get
or Kevin Herter.
Dodo back.
I like Herter.
You like Herter because of the size.
Yeah, and the fact I don't think we need another shot creator technically.
Yeah,
but we need somebody solidified as a shooter.
Okay. Yeah, I think Kevin Herter. We that'd be a nice someone to pick a pluck away from him. Kevin Herter.
Yeah, and give them Hardy, Max or whoever the hell they get Maxi up out of here. I appreciate Maxi's services, but it's time to go.
Yeah, because
I'm not disagreeing with y'all at all. Like Maxi's just I've never I've played with people who are afraid to shoot the ball, and that
it irks me.
That irks me, bro. Like you're wide open, shoot it. You're wasting our possession. Like that right there with man, that just makes me so mad. We're out here to hoop and you're just afraid. Like you're playing afraid.
Yeah, that's why I don't get too mad at like fucking Luka ball hogging. Yes, we can go on to that. It's just like I just watch these people just pass up shots. And then it's like me as who was a scorer back in my day. Like if I'm passing you the ball and you're not trying to do with it, I'm just gonna stop passing you the ball, bro.
Exactly.
Like,
so what's the point?
Yeah,
why am I passing you the ball if you ain't gonna do nothing, bro?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just gonna stop passing you the ball. I'm just like I'm out here trying to win. You're not trying to get buckets. I'm trying to trust you to go get buckets or go make plays, and you're not trying to do none of that. So I'm about to go out there and I'm just gonna take all that shit on my own.
Yeah.
Maxie got to know he already has the reputation of being a stretch, so people know he can shoot. So I don't care like how jacked up your arm is. Just you shooting alone makes you a threat because they're like, oh man, we got to close out on this. This takes a whole dude out of the play, man.
Yeah.
So but when you're sitting there, you're like, I don't feel like shooting because my arm hurts, and I get you coming from injury, but you're out there. So since you're out there, and that's what you get paid to be the stretch big that can rebound and play defense. Yeah. So you have to let it fly. If you miss it, you miss it. But we seen you make so many of those. Like if Maxey was just shoot it, I wouldn't even have an issue with him. He was still. I'll be like, we could still use him. He's still a usable player, but it's like having Ben Simmons on your team.
No, it's like having Draymond.
Draymond shoots.
Well, now he does. Like
back when choice because Draymond is the reason why this Warriors struggle because Draymond. I don't know what the fuck happened. Well, excuse my language. I don't know what happened to Draymond. That Draymond used to be like an okay shooter of the three ball, and then he just stopped shooting them
because he had KD, Clay, and Steph. You didn't have to shoot no more.
Well, I mean, I feel like that was what was drawn up. Like it wasn't drawn up for him to shoot, so he stopped shooting. But now you looking at him, Draymond shoot the three, great. Like I don't know what's going on. Like
it's because his role, like y'all just saying, like okay, so when you have KD, Steph, and Clay, three of the most prolific shooters of all time, you don't need to shoot.
Exactly.
Just look for them to get good shots.
Yeah,
and then and if they're leaving him that butt naked open. He eventually going to shoot it. Maxey will not shoot. Like he will sit there and then he'll turn it over.
Trying to pass it. Like pick up your dribble, you wide open, and then try to pass it and turn it over and they run it down the court. Man, get off don't even be on the team then, bro.
He makes Maxey a lot. Like he's trying to find Maxey in the rotation. It's just like I like Kid coach. I do like Kid as a coach.
Yes.
Now that Mike Brown out there, maybe we can get Mike Brown. But that's neither here or there. You know, I like Kid as a coach. As an overall, he is a top 10 coach in the NBA. I'm not gonna pretend like he's not. Yeah. But he just he has obsession with certain players, and Maxey is one of his obsessions. And he has to it was like the Powell situation. Like it took forever for him to stop playing Powell. Now he's trying to take forever to stop playing Maxey. It's time for us to move on, bro.
Yeah, it's time. I agree with you. Like I know it's because he's
like Omax.
Yeah, Omax is ready, and he's shown like when we in last season, he's shown earlier this season too. He's shown that he can play. Like Omax is ready to play. Hardy is ready to play. Like I just don't understand. Like Dwight Powell's production is just not where it used to be. Kleber is obviously has some mental issues going on. Like not
Yeah.
mental issues, but you know his he gets
Basketball
affected.
mental.
Yeah, basketball. His
He's not.
mentality is just I don't know what it is.
I think it's just
I,
too many injuries. I think it's just that injuries drain you mentally. You're
Hmm.
already a role player, and you just like you keep catching these injuries. You're just like, bro, it's like, and I'm not hitting no more, and I'm always getting hurt. It's just like, I don't know what it's just a mental thing. It's probably
Yeah.
draining, bro.
but when you out there, you kind of got to unfortunately do your best to not think about it. You got to let it fly because I
Yeah.
don't think he got to understand that Jason Kidd wants him to shoot.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure Jason Kidd told him that a million times. I'm not in the locker room with him, but I'm pretty sure the kid's telling him shoot it. I'm pretty sure Luca's telling him shoot it. I'm pretty sure Kyrie's telling him shoot it. So it's like if you had a team behind you, just shoot it, make or miss. As long as you're playing defense and you're trying to and you're getting as many stops you can, shoot the wide open shots. Because
Exactly.
like y'all just said, y'all you work really hard, especially like Luca who gets doubled as soon as he crosses half court, and even Kyrie gets doubled
Yeah.
across half court sometimes. So it's like they're getting double and you're not taking the shots. They're basically their gravity is for nothing then. Like
Hmm.
Yeah.
their gravity is to help you get better shots. So
Good shooting,
um
bro.
I agree with y'all on everything y'all said. Omax needs to play. Omax has youthful energy that we need. We need that youthful energy defensively on rebounding, and he's
Hmm.
willing to shoot the three,
Yeah,
and he can drive.
Omax kind of reminds me of DJJ a little bit. So
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
I
I
would
can
like
see
to
that.
see. I would like to see him play more.
Yeah.
Like he might not be used in the playoffs, but in the season, I would like to see what he's capable of doing. Like
Yeah.
let us see more of it. I don't. I think we've seen enough of Maxi, and you know, give him Maxi minutes. Just put him out there, see what he can do for us.
I agree.
Yeah,
So
I
I
like
agree.
we are truthfully, I think we are good enough to win a championship, but I do think we're like one like really key player, one or two really key players away for being like a dynasty.
yeah.
Like to be able to like go out there and be like, OKC, they no problem for us.
Hmm.
The Celtics, they no problem for us. Like I think we're like a key or one or two key pieces away from being that.
But sometimes I think the problem with kids sometimes is he waits until he has no choice to play somebody that he should have been playing. Like
Yeah,
it took him forever to start Gaff last year. It's
yeah,
like that should have been a no-brainer though. Like, why are you starting to White Powell over Gafford at all, right?
That don't make no
So
sense.
it's kind of like with Omax. Omax is young. He has a good wingspan to defend 2 through 5, 2 through 4.
Hmm.
He can stretch the floor technically. We don't know his efficiency because you don't give him enough minutes to really read
yeah,
his efficiency. And
Hmm.
so it's like, let's see what he can do. Maxi is older. I understand he knows all the rotations that you laid out. We get that, but Omax, let him learn the rotation because you're gonna need a youthful player, a young player like that. And
yeah,
it's a little different with Omax than it is like Hardy because Hardy understands once Luca and Kyrie come back, his minutes are gone again. So
yeah,
like he's just basically auditioning to play for a young team to get minutes.
yeah,
Omax, on the other hand, can actually have a big role for the Mavericks. Sometimes you have what you need right up under you. You just got to
yeah.
develop it.
Like
So
Dyson
Hmm.
Daniels for the Pelicans. They
yeah,
didn't know they had Dyson Daniels, traded him, and now that's man like an all defensive player.
exactly. I think Grimes was actually under. I thought Grimes. I surprised the Knicks gave Grimes up.
Yeah,
Um, because he's always been a good player. I'm surprised New Orleans let Najee walk.
Bronze came for the Pistons.
Hmm. No, I know he came from the Pistons, but he started in New York.
Okay. Yeah.
He started in New York. I want to say he got traded to Toronto. Then he was with Detroit after that, but then he ended up with
So
us.
you just talking about the original stance.
Yeah, yeah, because he fit Tom Thibodeau's scheme.
Yeah.
Um, but that's neither here or there. But so my bad, kind of got off track a little bit right there. But we're gonna get on the last subject of the night. The last subject is for the NBA, Jimmy Butler, man. What y'all think about this Jimmy Butler situation? I'll let either one of y'all take the floor.
You go ahead. E.
Based off what I read, I feel like Jimmy Butler was kind of frustrated with his role on the team and the way the team the direction the team is going. He he voiced frustration, I think, to the coach about him standing in the corner and just, catch and shoot, because that's not his brand of basketball. Like, we've
Yeah.
seen Jimmy buckets get buckets, and he's just not, And so I think Tyler Hero and Bam said that they tried to get him involved, like, I guess on the court and off the court, try to get him involved with the team and get him involved, more involved, but I don't think it was enough, and he's just frustrated. Like, they're losing and not, like, right now they're 17 and 17, ninth in the East, and I just don't think that he's happy. I don't think he's happy there anymore. They're not the dominant team that they were when they went to the Super Bowl, to the finals. Um and Jimmy Bucket's just for a change, which is what, like, everybody says. Like, if you're not happy in your situation,
Yeah.
find somewhere else. And I feel like that's what's going on right now. Like, Jimmy Buckets is just, he's not happy and he's ready to go.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I it's hard. I think it's some of Jimmy. I think it's I'm not gonna sit there and like it's all Jimmy Butler. I think it's also like Pat Riley and all there. It's just like a clash of egos because Jimmy Butler is a competitor, and that's a competitor in his mind. He's gonna always think he's like the best player on the court,
Hmm.
not only on his own team but on everybody else's team. So of course he's gonna want the offense to kind of flow through him. But
Hmm.
obviously Pat Riley and Spoelstra is trying to look for the future and trying to build the next superstar in Tyler Hero, who has been good, but it's just like, but in Jimmy eyes, it's like he probably feel like Tyler Hero's not better than him. So
Yeah.
it's like why we running offense through Tyler when I've been the one carrying you out for like a long periods of time. And so I'm pretty sure it has some ego in there and like and losing when you winning and things go a certain way, you might not like it, but you're winning. But when you
Hmm.
lose and things stay in the same way, that shit amplifies because
Exactly.
now it's like every day is just like I want the ball more. He probably wanted the ball more last year, but because they was winning, it was in a competitive situation. It probably didn't like explode like it is now. But now they losing. Now he's feeling like, hey, I had an issue with it last year, and we're doing it this year. Now we're not winning, so it's
Hmm.
like now it's like I want to go somewhere else. And I do think he should go somewhere else. He should be playing for a contender. I think it's a good amount of teams that could use Jimmy Butler. Like I think he'd be good with the Warriors, realistically. I don't think the Warriors would be a bad pickup. He'd be good with the Spurs. It's like a lot of like, I'm not going to say Spurs is like a championship contending team, but I do think the Spurs with Jimmy Butler and Chris Paul and Wemby could be, you know, a good playoff caliber team.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Uh, I think this all started last year
Yeah.
during the
Okay.
playoffs when Jimmy basically was trying to kind of instill some confidence in his guys while he was injured. Pat Riley didn't like what he heard because Jimmy did talk too much. Jimmy was also kind of tooting his own horn too, saying if he was out there, obviously they would have won. Don't matter if it was Boston or whoever the team they played.
Hmm.
But Pat Riley got to look at it this way. Jimmy did beat those teams that he mentioned before in the
Yeah.
playoffs. So he had
Twice.
to have beaten some type of elite team to make it to the finals twice.
Mhm.
So I can see why Jimmy would say something like that. Yeah, he don't have any rings, but not too many people make one finals, let alone two finals. So
Yeah.
and he was the driving force of both of those finals. Bam has regressed offensively almost every
Yes.
year. So
Yes.
you can't really rely on him because he was supposed to be the number two. Tyler Hero, people forget he's kind of injury prone in his
And he's
young
not a
age,
point guard. So,
Nah,
and he's not a point. He's a natural
he's just
shooting
a
guard.
shooting guard.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he needs to be at the two for sure.
yeah, he's a natural shooting guard, which is fine, but get a point guard, bring a point guard in. I think Jimmy frustration also comes from knowing that the Miami Heat had a good enough team to make the finals, but Pat Riley can never bring in a big fish to get them over the hump to guarantee
Hmm.
that they
Yeah.
can win the finals. So it almost feel like Jimmy Butler probably feels disrespected basically because he's
Yeah.
like, I carried y'all for all this time, and just because I say one little thing, all of a sudden I'm the bad guy. So it kind of like it almost gave Pat Riley an excuse because he knew this was going to be Jimmy's contract year for his extension, and he don't want to pay Jimmy. It's simple
Nah,
as that.
be real. I wouldn't. As much as Jimmy has done for the Heat and where the Heat is right now, I wouldn't want to pay Jimmy either. Like
Business, yeah,
business wise, like it makes sense not to pay
Yeah.
Jimmy. Is he deserving of it? Yes, he's deserving
Yes,
of
he
it.
is.
But at the same time, you have to think about the future and where you are right now.
yeah.
And the time that had Jimmy, they haven't won any rings. They might have made it to the finals, but haven't won any ring. So they probably in a situation where they feel like they have to build that next superstar for them. And they hoping it's in Tyler Hero. And Tyler Hero is not a point guard, bro. Like
Mm.
I,
I think Tyler Hero's a good all-star caliber player. He's
yeah,
not a
yeah.
franchise. He's not a franchise player. I think at one point Bam looked like he could have been that franchise player, but he's just regressed. Like you said, he's just
Yeah.
not the same player. He was at
Yeah.
one point argue as one of the best defensive center in the NBA, and I don't know what happened to it.
I like I said, I mean, Miami is nothing more than off-brand Spurs. They know how to turn trash into treasure. Like,
Yeah,
but they don't. The difference between the Spurs is they will actually win in the finals,
Mhm.
where
yeah.
the Miami
Talking about old
Heat
school
can get
Spurs.
there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they know how to develop talent that like, but because you can tell because the talent that they develop though only fits their franchise and
Yeah.
their philosophy. The Gabe Vincents of the world, the Max Struess's of the world. As soon as they left, do we even hear about them anymore?
Gabe Vincent's in the Lakers, and
You know what I'm saying? So what's another Kendrick Nunn? Kendrick Nunn
yeah,
was balling his rookie year. What happened? So that what they call it
heat
heat
culture.
heat
Heat culture.
culture.
Hmm.
Like it is a good culture. It's not the best culture because it doesn't necessarily win finals, but it does get you to the final. It's an opportunity to get to the finals. But you got to have more than that. You got to have bigger pieces. If you have a franchise player like Jimmy Butler who can get you there, you need to give him better help to if you want to complete the task and win the finals. Because
I will say for Heat culture, when people think of Heat culture, they don't think of Pat Riley or Spo. They think of Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler is like the face of Heat culture because the whole Heat culture is grit and grind, and Jimmy Butler is a grit and grind player, and he's a good player. I think he could benefit a lot of good rosters. But he's a competitor. He's going to go out there and compete. He might not be the great defender as he used to be, but he's going to go out there and defend. You don't see Jimmy Butler slack off on defense like that. He's gonna go out
Nah.
there and defend. He gonna go out there and rebound for it. He's like a taller Drew Holiday, pretty much.
Yeah.
Except without the like lateral quickness of Drew Holiday, obviously. But so I think he can benefit a lot of teams. He can benefit the Pacers. He can benefit OKC technically. He can benefit anybody. If you are like a contender realistically, and you look at who's out there, I do think Jimmy Butler could benefit. He will be my first choice obviously because Sabonis and Fox might be out there, but I do think Jimmy Butler could. Like Milwaukee could use Jimmy Butler. Milwaukee with that grit of Jimmy Butler, he can replace Middleton because has not been that great lately. You can bring Middleton off the bench now and then start Dane, Jimmy, and Giannis. That's a nasty starting lineup right there.
Yeah.
it is. I also think he fits Houston
He
because
defends Houston too. Yep.
Udoka that's Udoka's type of guy right there.
That's a Udoka type of guy. Yep.
So if they can pull the plug on something, that's what I would. Houston, I like the Milwaukee one too, though.
Yeah. Because Chris Middleton, he regressed. Chris Middleton at this point needs to come off the bench. So, like Milwaukee with Jimmy Butler would be nice, bro.
I don't think Jimmy Butler would want to go to one of the rebuilding or the, like a Houston. I mean, Houston's playing good, but I don't think he would want to go somewhere who's not
A
a for
favorite.
sure established contender right now. Like I
Yeah.
think he would want to go to probably a Milwaukee or the Warriors, something like
Yeah.
that. Like I don't think he would want to go to, you know, the
I
Rockets
love
or
Steph to death. I don't think they're contenders anymore.
yeah, I
If
mean,
they get Jimmy Butler, I do think they could be. You can argue that now, because right now the issue is teams are focusing on Steph now, and they just like who else is going to beat us?
Yeah,
exactly. Because I mean,
yeah.
Hield is shooting good, but I mean, he hadn't established himself on the Warriors like Clay did. Like,
Yeah,
He regressed.
yeah.
yeah,
It's just
He
like who
regressed.
else is? But as the Warriors are suffering the same issue. They don't get no stops. You. It's hard to stop. It's hard. It was already hard to stop people. Now it's even harder to stop people with the space. So like you have to get. You got to get somebody to play. They like can play the numbers. To like at least like you can't have Shea go out there and shoot 12, 18 for 30 some points.
hmm
Like you got to have Shea shoot 12 for 24 for 30 some points or something like that. Like you have to get like extra possessions out of these star players now. You got to get some extra misses. Misses makes possessions. So
hmm
you got to they out there like they playing against a team that's going to shooting practice, you're going to get killed, bro.
yeah. And
So
just to update, the Mavericks did just beat the Lakers
I'll
without
take it.
Kyrie, without
I,
Luca,
I'll take it.
Good
Even though
job,
it's
J
the
Kid.
Lakers, but I'll
Good,
take it.
even though it
good
was the
job, J
Lakers.
Kid.
Yeah. So I'll
So,
take it, bro. I'll take
hey,
any win we can get to stay afloat. So
Yeah,
hey, that was a great way to end because that was right on time.
all right.
That
At
was right on
118,
time.
97. So we
But
could go by 20, 21.
yeah.
that's nice.
Grimes went off, and Hardy went off. Like
I've
I
always liked
really,
Hardy.
yeah. He definitely is a hooper.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I must have missed this. They got Doran. Oh, they did get Doran.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
all I was saying. With Dodo is on their
Big,
team now. I really wish we'd have got him back. I'm missing. I really miss our wing defenders.
watching so
Uh,
much football and basketball. I can't wait till like football's over so I can just focus on basketball.
Right.
Yeah, bro, I'm watching watching all football and all basketball and like watching the injuries and everything, bro. That
yeah.
I keep forget I forget stuff, bro.
Oh yeah,
It's so much going on in sports right now, bro.
It
for sure.
definitely is.
And
But
then
we almost there. We
don't help
almost there.
that we got hurt, bro. And
Yeah,
I'm hot, bro. I was like, bro, we lost Kyrie and Luca. And
but
that's
we can
it
still.
comes back with Luca. I know we're trying to end, but let's come back with
No.
Luca. Like he just plays too much basketball year round, bro. I hope he takes more breaks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Mm.
we, like I said, we're still a contender. We're still good even without Luca and Kyrie. I'm not saying that we're better. I'm just saying that we still have the pieces put
Yeah,
together.
we have a good
So
team. We have a championship. We have a championship caliber team for sure.
yeah,
I still like OKC better than our roster, but I do think if we do face OKC, I think it's going to come down to our stars.
yeah.
So we'll just see how it goes there.
If they have a healthy Chet, I'm a little concerned.
Yeah, a little bit. I like
Um,
OKC roster better, but I do think we're capable of beating OKC.
I think that we in a 7 game series, I'll still give it to us.
Yeah, that's tough for me. I'll have to see, bro. I have to see how we look at the end of the season. That's tough.
yeah.
The OKC look like a world beaters right now. They look like the best team in the NBA right now, even though Cleveland is only had 4 losses. But
Yeah, they're only 1 game behind Cleveland. They're 30-5, and Cleveland's 31-4.
I,
So
yeah,
I think with OKC, before we end this, I think with OKC, well, when they played us, they rely heavily on shooting the three. So they got to be lights out if they play in the series
yeah,
against Dallas.
for sure.
I
Kind
don't
of
think
like
that they shoot. I don't think they shoot better than us though.
Right,
At the three, I don't
right.
think that they do.
Nah, at the three, they shoot more than us though. But I
Yeah.
think efficiency wise, I think we're pretty equal.
But they're going to probably get more rebounds than us somehow, even though they seem like a smaller team, which is
Man,
crazy.
bro. It's just
So,
it comes back to me about Lively, bro. He just soft sometimes, bro. It irks me, bro. I hate watching a soft. I hate having how we always have soft bigs, bro. Can we get a dog one day, bro? Can we just like go out there and just draft a dog? Somebody who just like take pride in rebounding and blocking shots and dunking on people.
I really believe Gaff was that. I think they told him something, man, because he was doing that for like, remember those first 15 games he played or that
Yeah.
streak he went on, rebounding and
Uh,
scoring?
I think it's his gas tank. I think he did well on that streak and got tired. He was like, bro, I never played this good.
Like,
I
damn.
haven't played this good in a while. I'm tired,
Right. I thought I was really a professional. I'm really learning now. I'm not where I
bro.
thought I was, man. But you
Uh,
might be right, T. You
the
Okay,
might be right.
Mavericks,
he
we
came and
shoot
got us a bigger role. So he got
Yeah.
we
a bigger
shoot.
role with us than he had with Washington. So he's just like you only go as good. Your body is going to adapt to your role. So you go in and try to, play better than what you already played before, you're gonna be more tired. Your body's not gonna be accustomed to playing at that level at all the time.
Right.
Yeah, the
All right,
Mavericks
all right.
this year we're shooting 37% from three
Mm-hmm.
so far, and OKC is shooting 35%.
Yeah, they shoot way more threes than us, though. I'm
They
pretty
do.
sure.
Let's see,
They do. Especially when they play Dallas. They're hoping that they can. They're trying to create so much space for Shea to operate one on one. But if they're not raining,
Yeah,
Dallas can beat them.
That's why I like our team. I feel like we have a good balance of shooting threes and shooting mid ranges. We're just not just chunking threes. We're running like an actual offensive
Yeah,
team. That's what I like about our team, because like we're not just depending on the three no more like we did last year.
Right.
We're like collectively good everywhere offensively except the post. But we
yeah.
don't need that unless we put Luka there, obviously.
No, and I agree with that because even the role players attack like Najee Marshall.
I like that.
I
That's
was
why I
about to
like
say
Hardy, bro. That's why I wanted Hardy to play more. At the time when did the Spence thing, I didn't think Najee Marshall was going to be the dude that's going to penetrate and throw floaters and attack the basket. I thought Hardy was going to be that player for us, but now that Najee is been that player for us, I so much don't mind keeping Spence now, because we need somebody to attack the basket other than Luka and Kyrie. We need certain role players to also attack the basket, and PJ's not going to do it.
You do it sometimes.
He do it sometimes, but he's not that great at it.
Yeah, I mean Grimes do too though.
Grimes do too, but Najee's a master down there. That man float game dishes, bro.
The best floater in the game.
I don't know. It's up there, but I don't know if it's the best, but it's up there.
Who got the better floater, Troy?
I still like Trey Young's. I like LaMelo.
Right,
I like Luka's. So it's
Kyrie too.
Kyrie.
Yeah,
It's hard, but
the fact that all of those guys you mentioned are all stars, though.
Yeah, he got the best float game for a role player. Give you that. I would love for us to go get Herb Jones or somebody. I do think we need one more key piece, bro.
Hey, we're gonna, and that's what we're going to talk about next episode. We're going to talk about some trade opportunities for the Mavericks and things of that nature. We're going to talk about the NFL playoffs. I believe the wild card starts next week, right?
Starts Sunday.
Or it starts this Sunday. I'm sorry. So by the time we come back, we'll know the results of the wild card games, and we're going to see if the homies' predictions come true. So good luck to the Buccaneers.
I'm sorry. It starts Saturday, actually.
Saturday?
They have two games.
Saturday and Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, they have Chargers, Texans Saturday, Steelers, Ravens is on Saturday, and then Vikings and Rams is on Monday.
Dang. It's a lot of football coming up.
That is a lot of football. So gear up, everybody. It's time. NFL playoff time, man. Pick your team. Let us know who you're going to pick, who you think going to the Super Bowl, who's going all the way, who's going to win it all. Go ahead and put your comments in there. Hey, EHoo, man, take us away, man.
All right, man. I appreciate y'all for coming to hang out with us. We appreciate all the support, all the follows, all the likes, all the shares. Let us know who your team is down in the comments. And like I said, we'll holler at y'all later.
Hey.
Peace.